He has more to offer, including furniture, mattresses, decor, and flooring options. Visit them at Mountain Refine.
Ty, I can't stump the Bucads. I can't get it. They've already answered the trivia question here, Tyler. They got it. I'm going to let it stew for a minute, see if anyone else knows it. But those guys know everything I throw at them. Time for the opening kickoff, and it is a touchback, Tyler, that will put Skyview at the 20-yard line to start this ball game. Fisher Brown has done a really good job in the kicking game over the short course of this season so far. Touchback after touchback after touchback. Hasn't had one in play yet over the course of the season. And I'm sorry, I said Skyview. Tyler, Wasatch is the one taking it at the 20-yard line. Carter Bucad's going to get the first carry. And that's a good, healthy run for Carter out near the 30-yard line. Going to be 8 yards on the pickup.
Starting receivers today, JoJo Heyer, Mason Gomez, Hutch Solomon, and Cash Coombs getting the start today.
That'll be a first down as Carter back on the ground with it. Picks up 3. That'll move the chains out to the 31. You mentioned how the Wasps want to go fast again, Tyler, and maybe pick up the pace even a little bit from what they had last week. A lot of young guys coming in, learning the system. Wasn't going as fast as you had seen in years past. Already you can see the Wasps moving with some good pace early on here. Going to be the first throw for Kelson, but he's hit from behind, Tyler, and the ball hits the turf with a fumble. Wasatch is able to jump on top of it. A flag also came out. We'll check the penalty flag. Looks like Cooper Thacker is going to have to come off as well. Tyler, something happened with his helmet. Looks like maybe he lost a chin strap. Either way, he's got to get fixed up before he can get back in. See how quick they can get that taken care of while the officials talk about this penalty.
It's going to be a holding penalty, so Skyview will deny that. It's going to be a loss all the way back to the 19, so a loss of 12 on that play. Tough break, Ty. Wasatch had plenty of time on that one. Good protection up front. They did have the holding call, so it would have been a loss regardless. But plenty of time on that one. Mac not able to find anything. Wasatch is going to go with the hard snap count. They're going to get 5 back just like that.
Well, 2 games this year, and twice they've been able to get the offsides call right after a big penalty went against them. Really good at going to that hard count. So that'll shorten it up a little bit, Tyler. 2nd and 17 now. Bucad on the right hip of Kelson. There's the snap. They're going to go to Bucad running left. Good hole as he's able to cut back into the middle across the original line of scrimmage and beyond it by about 3 yards. So give Bucad 10 on the carry. And Wasatch is looking at 3rd and 7.
Yeah, that's a good, healthy pickup. Good job there from Coach Knight of not panicking. He had the 2nd and long, goes right back to the running game, gives them a reasonable 3rd down here.
Boy, how about the hole? The left side of that offensive line opened up on that one, Tyler. A lot of space for Carter to run there. 3rd and 7. There's your snap. It's going to be a 3-step drop. Kelson looking to fire across the right sideline. A little high on the throw. Goes over the hands of Bucad. Incomplete. Wasn't able to really step into that and get into that throw the way he wanted, Tyler. Wasatch is going to turn it over on downs, bring out the punt team.
Yeah, so something to look at in this game, Ty. Skyview, again, really confident with this group this year, and they like to go man coverage, and that's what they decided to do on that one. Wasatch tried to get the number 3 receiver, Hutch Solomon, on a wheel route up the sideline, but a pretty good job by the strong safety, keeping stride for stride with Hutch on the wheel. And then, like you said, Mag not able to step into the throw, into the swing route. It's going to be the first punt of the game for Wasatch.
Brown standing at the 17-yard line. Good snap there. Gets away a high booming kick. Pushing back the returner to the 25. Stepping up to make a catch at the 27, but quickly cut down as he crosses the 30-yard line. And Skyview will take over at about the 32 for their first possession of the game. Ramsey Vickers on the return there.
That's a really good punt from Fisher Brown, Tyler. Did a good job. It was a great snap from the senior, Garrett Christensen. And like you said, Ty, Shazammed that one off. And then only a 4-yard return.
Well,
first look at the Wasatch defense, Ty. Again, 4-man front this week for Wasatch.
The story, looking at the stats, is Egbert for Skyview ran for 220-plus yards last week. And they're going to go play action and throw it out wide to the right for the first play. It's complete. And a short gain, 4, maybe 5 yards before the Wasps are able to cut him down. Nice job there coming up to make the tackle by Armendariz. Also in there higher on the tackle.
Yeah, so Skyview is going to run a lot of counter, so they're going to pull the right and left tackle, the guard and tackle on each side of the offensive line, and then the quarterback's going to read. Similar to Wasatch's offense, but instead of zone run game, they're going to do a lot of pulling with the offensive lineman, which makes it easy for the linebackers to read the flow. We'll see if Abe Wheeler and Brisk can have a good day today.
Going to be a speed sweep, Tyler, but sweep's not the right way to call it. Shovel pass is what I should have been saying there, as the ball was snapped directly to the quarterback, Thatcher, and then he quickly flipped it to Williams coming by. Williams tried to cut it up the middle, but Wasatch was ready for it. Short gain. Going to bring up Tide. Still waiting to see where they have this officially. The chains. Yeah, there we go. They are going to move the chains.
Got it to the 42. That's enough for the 47 up to the first down.
So their first first down of the ball game. They're going to split twins out to the right. Tight ends in tight on the left. Running back on the right hip. There's your snap. It'll be a handoff. Running left is Egbert, running over some Wasatch defenders near midfield. Cut down at the 49-yard line. Brevin Egbert was the workhorse. 28 carries last week. Averages just under 8 yards per carry. And that's about what he got there, Tyler. Just under 8 yards on that carry. Second and short for the Bobcats.
Yeah, just overloading. Not a lot to that one. Just had a tight end and a wing back and then pulled 2 offensive linemen to that same side. That's a lot of guys going to the left side. Just outnumbered Wasatch.
One receiver right, one left. Back to the handoff to Egbert. He's met in the backfield. Going to be spun down. The ball's on the ground, Tyler. Wasatch is on top of it. Haven't seen a signal from the officials yet whether that was a fumble. And it is.
Wasatch
Possession
football.
to Wasatch. They create a turnover. Egbert coughs it up, and the Wasps jump on top of it. Wasatch has the ball in Skyview territory, ready for their second possession.
Yeah, that was Heath Budd. Tide made a great play, got up the field, made a tackle for loss, and poked the ball loose. And Wasatch has the first turnover of the ball game and are in business right at the 50-yard line.
So Heath making an impact defensively. When I talked about the left side of the line on the first possession playing so well, though, Tyler, he's also over there on the offensive side having a good game so far. Bucad on first down carries it just shy of the 45 of Skyview. Pick up a 4.
Continuing to just kind of get those chunk yards, Ty. 4 to 5 yards a pop for Bucad this year. Hasn't been able to break anything too wide open yet, but 4 to 5 yards is a good, healthy chunk on first down.
Another carry going right. Bucad waiting patiently, but the defensive end was able to come off the block. The linebacker, they are coming off the block and making the tackle in the backfield on Carter. Didn't like what he saw outside. Tried to put his hand on the back of his offensive lineman there, Connor Cox, and shuffle back over to the middle. But the defensive player was able to scoot around and get him before. 3rd and 8. Throw. It was a stick pattern, Tyler, from higher. Stopped right at the stick on the sideline. Ball was coming, and it zipped by him before he was able to swing around and get ready for it. Incomplete. So Wasatch quickly goes 3 and out after the turnover. Can't capitalize on good field position.
Yeah, not able to take advantage of the turnover at midfield. They get a good, healthy run on first down. Tried to stretch it outside on second. Didn't get outside, lose some yards, and then try to run that back shoulder throw that they ran a lot last week to JoJo. Timing's just a little bit off, and the punting team's back out onto the field.
Yeah, Fisher back on for his second kick. High snap, but he handles it okay. End-over-end kick, tumbling, going to hit inside the 20 at the 18. Take a good bounce for Wasatch inside the 15 before it's going to settle and die. Vickers was not able to come up and get it, although he really was looking for an opportunity to. But Wasatch boxed him out and was able to down it inside the 15. So Skyview will have tough field position for their next possession.
Yeah,
good execution from Fisher.
Yeah, that's twice now. Fisher's done a great job on the punting game, flipping the field. Right now, Wasatch's got to figure out that man-to-man coverage. A couple of pass plays, just haven't been able to find the timing. So far, offensive line's been decent. Ty, they've given Mack a couple of good pockets. Had the sack that was more of a coverage sack. We'll see if Wasatch can figure out things offensively. 7:38 left to go first quarter, still 0-0.
Hard count from the Bobcats. Wasatch nearly jumps off sides. Had them leaning, but they were able to hold their balance and not cross over. Now Skyview's going to adjust at the line of scrimmage.
Again, something to keep an eye on. Robbie Whalen, Austin McNaughton, Heath Budd. A lot of these guys up front going both ways in this heat up here in Logan.
Here's your snap. It's going to be passed. Looking down the middle. Got a man wide open. Pass is complete there for a big gain out across the 35 near the 40 there as Thatcher is able to hit Ballard in stride, the sophomore tight end.
Skyview likes to run a lot of deep crossing routes, Ty, and those are tough to defend, and so you rely on your defensive line to try to get to the quarterback protection or get to the quarterback and force the rush throws. Unfortunately, with a good running game, it's tough to have that pass rush.
Out to the 40, throwing again. This one sails high, Tyler, a little 5-yard out. Looking over to the left side for Brighton Williams, who's been the top target for Thatcher so far in this one.
Thatcher was 20 of 35 for 171 yards last week, Ty, so pretty good balanced attack there for Thatcher last week. Threw for a couple of touchdowns as well.
Yeah, they can hit you with the pass and the run.
A little no huddle as well for Skyview. Austin McNaughton's going to jump off sides here on the hard count on second down.
That'll give the Bobcats 5. 7:29 left here in the first quarter. 0-0 is the score. Wasatch already has had 2 possessions. First one, they were able to move about 20 yards down the field before they stalled out some penalties. Sack, actually, Tyler, the penalty was declined, and that drive stalled out. Second one, they were able to create a turnover, a fumble on Skyview's first possession. Jump on it near midfield, but they went 3 and out there. This is Skyview's second possession of the game. Carry from Egbert trying to run off the right side. Wasatch tightens up the hole quickly there and is able to bring him down. No gain. Maybe even a little bit of a loss, Tyler. That'll bring up third and about 5.
It's actually JoJo Heyer coming up from the safety position, making that play for no gain. So early returns, Ty. Wasatch doing a pretty good job against the run game. Now let's see if they can get off the field here on third down. Going to go back to more of a spread set. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right with Egbert in the backfield.
There's your snap. 3-step drop, looking left the whole way. Pressure coming from the backside on Christensen. Check down to Egbert. Nice job coming up to make the tackle, and it will be shy of the sticks there, Tyler. Cole Kelson rallying up to make the tackle. 4th and short coming up for the Bobcats.
Yeah, first decision here for the Bobcats.
It's good.
Up 3rd and 2.
Good play from Cole, Tyler. He's played a nice defensive presence here for the Wasps in the first 2 games. Also, the newspaper was giving him a lot of passing credit last week.
Yeah, that's right.
Where it should have been Mack, but they were saying Cole Kelson in the paper.
Going to go for it on 4th down.
Handing off to Egbert, running left and just across midfield for the first down. They needed the 50, and they got just beyond it, Tyler. So move the chain. And nothing fancy. They just lined up and said, we're giving it to our beast in Egbert, and we're coming at you.
Yeah, just went double pull to the left. Just overloaded Wasatch to that side. Again, Wasatch a pretty good job, but just not able to keep them inside those chains, move the chains, and into Wasatch territory for the first time. 1st and 10 on the Wasatch 49.
Thatcher at quarterback. He's in the pistol formation right now. He's got 1 receiver wide left, 1 right. Going to hand off to Egbert, running left again. Wasatch all over that one. Going to be a loss of 2. Several Wasatch players in there quickly. Tyler Colton Brisk in on the tackle. Garrett Christensen in there.
Yeah, it's a tackle for loss of 2 on the play. But that time, Bobcats went away from their power and counter and just went zone to the left-hand side, just all the linemen blocking to the left, and Wasatch read that perfectly and closed down the gaps.
Twins to the right this time. Tight ends in here on the right side as well.
Went with a hard count again. Wasatch doesn't jump this time. Couple of starters for Wasatch. You have Abe Wheeler, Parker Turner right now in at the strong safety position. You already mentioned Miguel Armendariz, the sophomore, getting the start at DB to the wide side.
Motion left to right from Williams. Play action that way. Thatcher's instead going to roll out to the right and dump it down to Egbert, who's coming out of the backfield. Nobody was able to stick with him, and that's an easy 17 or 18 yards for Egbert on the reception.
Yeah, a little bit frustrated on that one, Ty. Wasatch had the right play call, had 2 guys out in the flats, just let him outrun him to the sideline instead of being aggressive. He's able to get the sideline, a gain of 17, make it 19.
Down at the 31, 32-yard line. Thatcher back in that shotgun formation. Motion coming right to left, tight end this time. Hand off to Egbert, running back to the right where the tight end just came from in motion. Wasatch cuts him down after a short pickup of 2.
Another good play there from Garrett Christensen coming from the weak side, and Crew Baxter, who again only a sophomore, gets the start at the right defensive end position. And the rule is, Ty, when those offensive linemen pull, you follow them, and that's what Crew did on that play. Both linemen pull to the right side. Crew follows them. Good heads-up play from the sophomore.
Twins out to the left. Power stacked on the right side with your tight ends. Tyler 2 on the right. There's your snap. 5-step drop. Thatcher throws a dart across the middle. It is complete down across the 15 and cut down at the 13-yard line is his number 1 target, Brighton Williams, the senior.
Yeah, and right now Wasatch is doing their job up front. The secondary's got to make some plays, Ty. Every time Wasatch has stopped the run, Thatcher's been able to sit back in the pocket. Pretty good rush that time from the defensive line, but way too many holes in that secondary against the 1 high coverage.
Thatcher back in the shotgun, trips out to the left this time. Egbert standing on his left hip. 1st and 10, 13-yard line. Handoff to Egbert, running right. Runs over Higher inside the 10 and down to the 9. Higher held on for dear life until his buddies could come over and help make the tackle. Looked like Wheeler and Bud were in there to help make the tackle, along with Armendariz.
He's going to move the ball inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. This is the second drive of the game for the Bobcats. Fumbled on their opening drive. Wasatch has had 2 drives as well, both stalling and resulting in punts. This would be an 85-yard drive for Skyview that started on the 15.
Trips left one more time. It's going to be throw this time. Thatcher flushed out by Wheeler, trying to square his shoulders. He does. He throws. And a beautiful throw and catch is completed to Brighton Williams, who was coming across the back side of the end zone. It's going to get a little extracurricular activity for celebration that'll bring a flag on and make this point after or the kick after, Ty. Is that a choice from Wasatch?
Yeah, you can either take it on the PAT or you can take it on the kickoff. And Ty, that was the worry. Wasatch really focused on stopping the run, and when you focus on stopping the run, you put an extra guy in the box, then that forces you to go man coverage and a lot of one high and no high safety in the back. And on that drive, Skyview does a good job of just picking apart the secondary. Good on-the-money throws from Thatcher, and that gives Skyview the early lead.
Wasatch is going to take the 15 yards on the unsportsmanlike on the kickoff. So Skyview will kick a regular extra point here. Can tee it up at the 10-yard line. They are leading 6-0 after a really nice 85-yard drive. Bobbled snap, Tyler. Skyview's going to have to try to make something out of it. The holder flushes out to the right, throws, and it's batted away by Cole Kelson. So Wasatch is able to keep the point off the board, at least on the extra point, and they'll be set to receive and hopefully get good field position as a 15-yard penalty will move this kickoff way back for the Bobcats when we come back.
Well, folks, spring is near, but have no fear. Country Gardens and Nursery is here for your everyday garden supplies, decor, and more. From our personal gardener to our new bulk yard, where we offer large variety of soil, mulches, and decorative rock. Come see what we have in store. Country Gardens and Nursery, 1401 South, US 189. We'll see you soon and hope to put you in bloom.
A UCCU home equity line of credit puts your home's equity to work for you. Finish your basement or yard and raise your home's value. Pay off higher interest, help with college or weddings. It's peace of mind knowing that you have a low-rate line of credit ready for whatever, whenever. UCCU will also provide you with a home equity Visa card, giving you instant access to your equity. Learn more or start your application today at uccu.com or stop by any branch. UCCU. Love where you bank.
5, 4, 3, 2. KTMP Heber City and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine is your rehabilitation specialist dedicated to your total recovery from all injuries. Let Dan Ivey and his team get you back to 100%. Skyview takes the early 6-0 lead with 3:22 left to go here in the first quarter. They're now kicking off from their own 25-yard line after the unsportsmanlike penalty.
Pretty good kick, end over end. Higher back there to receive. He lets it go right over his head. Hits at the 9, bounces backwards, bounce back to him. Picks it up now at the 15. Comes across the 20 to the 25. Trying to make something happen. He's across the 30 and then trots out of bounds across the 35-yard line. So Higher's able to turn a mistake into something at least, Tyler. Really misjudged the kick. Was able to catch it, though, and push it back up all the way across the 35. So really no harm done. They get all 15 penalty yards on the return as opposed to starting at the 20 like they did the first time on Skyview's kick.
Wasatch staying in their trips formation with one running back in the backfield.
It's going to be a handoff to Bukad. He's up the middle. He's got a bunch. Tyler across the 40, across the 45, near the 50, across the 50. There he's going to be bottled up and pushed back on the Wasatch side of the 50 and cut down to the 48. But Bukad pushes the Wasatch across midfield. That's a pickup of 14 for Bukad.
Yeah, biggest play of the game there for Wasatch. Knocking on the door to get into Skyview territory again.
Another handoff going back up the middle. This time Carter's cut down after a gain of 4. 2nd and 6. Ty, this offensive line has been impressive so far. Bukad has been able to get chunk yardage more often than not, and he's often getting across the first line without being touched. 2:37 left here in the first. Kelson looking to throw. He's got a man complete. Across the 40, across the 45, picks up a good block across the 30, the 25, pushed out of bounds inside the 25-yard line.
Will Wright, Ty.
Will Wright on the reception.
That's a little screen pass out to the right-hand side. Gets a great block from the right tackle. We're able to get and move the chains all the way up to the 23.
Hires going to come in and replace Wright after the big gain. Hires alone on the right side. Trips out here to the left. Bucad in the backfield with Kelson. Hand off to Carter. He's again through 5 yards before he gets touched. Down near the 15-yard line. That's going to be another big gain for Carter. Tyler, he is going to be short of the first down marker. Looks like they gave him 8, perhaps 9 yards on the carry.
Big old holes up front right now for the offensive line. Great job up there for Thacker, Whalen, and McNaughton.
Second and short, back to Bucad, back up the middle again. He's got a first down to move the chains, nearing the 10-yard line.
Yeah, kind of a tough angle for us. We're over on the north side, but they're going to get a first down. I think it's going to be first and goal at the 10.
They've moved the chains with them, Ty, so it looks like Wasatch is going to be able to pick up a... No, now they're going to throw him down. It is first and goal at the 10. Penalty flag, offsides on Skyview. So Wasatch will cut that 10 down to 5, looking at first and goal from the 5.
Offsides against Bobcats.
Good response drive for the Was here, Tyler.
Well, great call on the screen, bringing that heavy rush up the side. And then against a good pass rush, you got to be able to run the ball and throw the screen. Good job here from Coach Knight, the new OC, making some good adjustments.
Handoff back to Bucad, right back up the middle. Hit at the 3 and stuck straight up. Doesn't go anywhere after the initial contact. It will be a short pickup, inching closer to that goal line. Second and goal from the 3. Back to Bucad we go, up the middle and into the end zone. Carter Bucad ties this thing up, 6-6 on the 3-yard rushing touchdown. Wasatch has a chance to take the lead on the extra point.
Tyler, already 10 rushes for 60 yards for Carter Bucad. Put a touchdown on the board as well. What an answer there for Wasatch. This takes under just over 2 minutes on the drive, and they tie this thing up with PAT pending. Touchdown brought to you by Robarge. At Robarge, we have built our business on exceptional care, collision repair, and proudly boast one of the highest customer satisfaction ratings in the industry.
You've had some experience with collisions recently,
yeah,
Ty.
Unfortunately, yeah.
You know a thing or two about that. Robarge, proudly supporting Wasatch High School athletics. Great reputation as well, Tyler. Encourage you to go check them out. Extra point from Southam is up and through, and Wasatch has the 7-6 lead over Skyview with 1:26 left in the first quarter. Wasatch kicking back to Skyview after break.
Heber City Point S is locally owned and operated by Larry Rhodes and Brad Hyatt. They offer the best brand tires at low prices with extensive knowledge and experience of repair and services with no pressure sales. Only what you need. They've been taking care of cars, trucks, and trailers for over 20 years. No appointment needed, conveniently located, free shuttle service, and free Wi-Fi. Take $5 off your next visit when you tell them 94.5 The Peak sent you over. That's Heber City Point S.
Hey there, Heber City. Are you tired of dings, dents, and scrapes ruining the beauty of your beloved vehicle? Look no further than Robarge Collision, the ultimate destination for all your auto body needs. At Robarge Collision, they've been offering top-notch collision repairs and outstanding customer service. Their team of expert technicians is passionate about bringing your car back to its original glory, no matter the size of damage. Their state-of-the-art facility is equipped with cutting-edge technology, ensuring precise and accurate repairs. They handle it all with precision and care.
5, 4, 3, 2. KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Do you sometimes feel dizzy or unstable? If so, Physical at the Pit Stop has good news. Falls are preventable. Call Physical at the Pit Stop at 435-654-5607 for a free estimate. Let's see how you can improve your balance and regain your freedom.
Another touchback from Fisher Brown on the kickoff. Ty, you probably just take an extra minute to just talk about sponsors when Fisher's kicking. He just doesn't have any action out there, and that's a good thing for Wasatch. He's been outstanding over the course of the short season.
Wasatch leads 7-6 with 1:26 left to go here in the first quarter. Great answer drive, a 65-yard drive that was all Carter Bucad and a big play from Will Wright.
Thatcher driving back to pass, going to dump it down to Egbert. Pass complete at the 20, 25. He's sprung free, and he's gone. Tyler, he's across midfield, the 40, nobody within 20 yards of him. And one play, 80 yards, and Skyview is back in front. And again, just really easy, Tyler. They just sent the back out of the backfield, threw it right to him. He got the edge, picked up a block, and scored easily. Skyview back in front.
Yeah, and then what's frustrating, Ty, is that's their guy. It's kind of like similar last week. You knew they were going to go to McCurdy, and right now Skyview's just kind of picking apart Wasatch with Egbert and forget the receiver that they've been using. Williams. But that time, just Egbert out of the backfield and just too much speed. Good blocking by the receivers on the sideline, and he tiptoes the sideline, turns on the Jets. And just like that, Wasatch is back behind 12-7. I think they're going to go for 2, and I think we're going to have a timeout by Wasatch.
Timeout, pick on field by Wasatch.
We'll go ahead and take this one too, Tyler. Just a quick 30-second timeout. 2-point attempt coming up after the break.
Having a strong parent-child bond helps build a foundation to make it easier to talk to your kids about the things like underage drinking and drug use. Here are a few things you can do to help create strong family bonds. Spend 15 minutes every day one-on-one with each child. Eat meals together at least 5 to 7 times a week. And have fun together, doing things that your kids enjoy. Parents are the #1 reasons kids stay drug and alcohol free. Brought to you by Wasatch Behavior Health.
5, 4, 3, 2. KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Your Red Zone sponsor today is Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. Personalized service, sales, and repair for the gear you love. Gravity Coalition in Midway, Utah, and gravitycoalition.com. And, of course, our timeouts. First timeout brought to you by Mirror Lake Station, one of our favorites. Stop in for their award-winning donuts, and they want to thank you for being such great sponsors. Start off your day at Mirror Lake Station.
Skyview's going to come out with twins on the right, motion from left to right. Rolling Thatcher out now on the snap, throwing and complete easily to Egbert again. This time just going to the opposite side of the field, putting Thatcher in motion. And Egbert was able to get separation of about 5 yards. Nobody really near him. And the 2-point conversion is converted easily, making the score 14-7 in favor of Skyview.
Well, quicker answer for Skyview there. Wasatch took under 2 minutes to score their opening touchdown, and Skyview does it in 1 touchdown, retakes the touchdown lead 14-7. Starting to cool off a little bit up here. Beautiful Cache Valley. Ty, are you going to be able to make it home? You sometimes just want to stay here whenever you come into this valley.
It's pretty inviting, isn't it? It's a beautiful place to come in, Tyler, but when you've got to drive all the way across the valley to get out here, you remember how far away you are from everything.
It's kind of set up here on the hill a little bit.
Tough it's beautiful looking back, Tyler. This is a great setup, great venue. But I'll tell you what, it's tough to beat what we have there in Heber Valley. That's about as good as it gets. Back to receive will be higher and right. Seeing if they can flip the field for Wasatch here. 1:13 left in the first quarter. Wasatch is trailing 14-7 to Skyview. It's been a passing touchdown to start things off for Skyview, a little 8-yard throw, and then an 80-yard touchdown pass to the back out of the backfield. That's how the Bobcats have gotten their 2 scores. Wasatch getting their touchdown on a 3-yard rush from Carter Bucad.
Yeah, kind of a flip of the scripts, Ty. Wasatch came in giving up a lot of rushing yards last week. This week, Skyview's beating them through the air. Wasatch, on the other hand, has done their damage on the ground. Only 1 completed pass so far here in the first quarter. We just had the scoreboard go. Oh, that's back on now. A little bit of some internet issues. Wasatch staying with their same wide receivers, Cash Coombs, Mason Gomez, and Hutch Solomon here to the left. JoJo Heyer over to the right.
Looking to throw, complete, cross the 30, 35. Give him the 38-yard line there on the reception to Hutch Solomon. Making it look easy there. Kelson to Solomon. Move the chains. Another Wasatch physical therapy first down. Wasatch on the move. Want to go fast. To Bucad. Running right. Now back left. Now back into the middle. Bucad across to midfield. Barreling forward for 13 more. Carter Bucad has been a force in the first half. Easily the standout offensive player for Wasatch so far. First down snap. Back to Bucad. Running right. Can he tiptoe through the first tackler? No, he can't. Tripped up just by his shoelaces. Carter is able to get 8, maybe 9 yards. Tyler, in fact, he fell forward near the sticks. Coach Coburn is upset. Well, I think that they're not letting him go as fast as he wants to go. They're going pretty fast over here, Tyler. Skyview took a timeout to slow the pace down.
They took the timeout before the play was over? Because I didn't hear any whistle before that play was snapped. I think they're going to say that play was blown dead, and they're going to be first down back at the 49.
Either way, we've got a Mirror Lake Station timeout on the field. We'll take it as well. Wasatch on the move. 45 seconds left here in the first quarter. Wasatch down 14-7. Have the ball at midfield.
Are you ready for lunch? Well, the Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best foods with friends and family in the Valley and have been the winner of Best of State for 19 years. They've recently been named the official Best of Utah for their milkshakes. You've got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot, or you can try a turkey breast sandwich that tickles the taste buds. They've proudly been serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. That's the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
Wasatch High School Sports on the radio with Ty and Ty on 94.5 The Peak.
Another first down brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, as they do reward Carter Bucad with the run. So that's another first down run down to the 39-yard line of Skyview.
Trips to the left. Bucad back directly behind Kelson. There's your snap. Running straight forward is Bucad. Now shifting left, back to the right. Falling forward across the 35 down to the 34-yard line is Carter Bucad. And Tyler, I say if it's not broken, there's no need to fix it right now. Carter is just getting healthy chunk yardage every time he touches it. Second and short, back to Bucad. Shifts his way forward near the 30. That looked like he didn't get much, Tyler, but he got 3 yards shifting his way forward. Looking at third and very short. 15 seconds left here in the first quarter. Wasatch doesn't have to snap if they don't want to. And we're going to have a whistle. Timeout is taken with 9 seconds left. We'll go ahead and keep this one here, Tyler. This timeout brought to you by Mirror Lake Station, voted best donuts in Utah. The snow's probably about to a point, Tyler, where you can drive up that Mirror Lake Highway, don't you think? Get you some donuts on the way up there. Proud supporters of Wasatch High School Athletics. Owners Dave and Christian Wade invite you to stop on by and say hello this season at Mirror Lake Station. If you are just joining us, let's get you caught up to speed. Wasatch at Skyview High School in Smithfield, Utah. And they received first, Tyler. Their first drive stalled out. They kicked it back over to Skyview. Skyview was on the move in their first drive, but when they got to midfield, Heath Budd was able to force a fumble. Wasatch jumped on top of it and started their second drive. The Wasps went quickly 3 and out, had to kick it back to Skyview, and Skyview put together a really nice drive of over 80 yards to head down the field, capped off by an 8-yard touchdown throw from Thatcher to Williams. Wasatch responded, though, with a great drive of their own, going about 74 yards down the field, and seeing Carter Bucad rush in for a touchdown from 3 yards out. Skyview responded on the next play, an 80-yard pass, and took the lead back 14-7 over Wasatch. Out of the timeout, your third and short goes to Bucad on the run, running to the right, and he's got enough for the first down. So move the chains to end the first quarter. Another Wasatch Physical Therapy first down. Wasatch will be down 14-7 as they start the second, but a new set of downs at the 25-yard line of Skyview when we start the second quarter.
You might be used to having someone ask you the question, what is it that you need? I think that's limiting. I'm going to take you through a 6-step process. And it's simply answering questions. And it might not just be home. It might be that you want that fancy new car. It might be that you want trips. It's your list. What is it that you really, really want?
Call Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage in Heber City.
Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Guild Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today. And get your Carhartt wear, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasp Football Stadium at 737 South Main Street. Serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years.
Football's back.
Football! The Wasatch Wasps are swarming on 94.5 The Peak. Now let's get back to the action with Ty and Ty.
The Gordon Law Group is your full-service local law firm practicing in all areas of the law. They take pride in saying, yeah, we do that. Your stat of the first quarter, Ty, the Carter Bucad Show. How about this, Ty? 15 rushes, already 97 yards on the ground and a touchdown.
Yeah, surprising but not surprising if you've been here watching it, Tyler. He has been just bruising over the Bobcats. They haven't had an answer. Shout out to those offensive linemen down there, Tyler, who are opening up great running lanes for Bucad. First and 10, there's your snap. Back to Bucad, running right. makes the first man miss, runs over the second man, down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 7 more yards for Carter Bucad over the century mark, now up at 104.
Starting to bring the safety down inside the box, Ty, but Carter Bucad ran him over.
Bucad running to the right, and the only way you can get him down is by the face mask, apparently, Tyler, as he's ripped down hard up high. That'll be another healthy chunk after the penalty being tacked on here. He was already near the sticks for a first down, but with the penalty, that'll certainly move the chains.
Yeah, it's going to be a horse collar, so that's going to move it, I believe, half the distance to the goal. So should be the ball on about the 8-9 yard line. Another first down. Wasatch is in the Gravity Coalition red zone.
Brings out first and goal for the Wasps from the 8-yard.
Trips out to the left side. Higher alone on the right side. Bad snap. Kelson handles it and somehow gets it to Bucad, Tyler, who runs right by the Bobcats and over one into the end zone. Bad snap didn't matter. Carter Bucad took it into the end zone, nearly untouched before finishing with a boom. And Wasatch has a chance to tie this thing back up. Carter Bucad, 2 touchdowns already. And Wasatch is down 14-13 with the extra point pending.
Yeah, another Robar's first touchdown. Wasatch a PAT away from tying this thing up. And a good answer, Ty, for Wasatch in this second game. And you want to see Carter Bucad continue to get him the rock, but already 17 rushes. We'll see if Wasatch spreads the love a little bit, maybe just get another back in there to give him some blows. But it's tough to go away from what's working.
Good snap. Good hold from Bassett, and the kick from Southam is up and through, and we're all tied up again. 14-14, 11:27 left in the first half. Wasatch all tied up with Skyview High School.
Hi, this is Nicole with Mountain Refined Furnishings and Flooring, and if you didn't know, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
Napa know-how.
Your local Napa Auto Parts, Wasatch Auto Parts at 105 North Main Street in Heber City. Stocks auto parts, tools and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Stop in today at Wasatch Auto Parts, 105 North Main Street in Heber City, a proud sponsor of Wasatch Wasp Sports.
Napa know-how.
This is football. Let's play, fellas.
Now, back to the action for more Wasatch Wasp Sports with Tyler Moss and Tyler Baird on 94.5 The Peak.
Back here at Skyview High School, Fisher Brown approaches the kick. This is going to be the first one that doesn't make it for a touchback this year. Going to be fielded at the 5, running back to the right and across the 25, near the 30, and cut down just before the 30-yard line. Give them the 28-yard line. That's where the Bobcats will start. 11:22 left here in the first half. Wasatch and Skyview all tied up at 14-14.
Well, Skyview's had 3 possessions tied, 2 touchdowns, and fumbled on their other one. So they've had their way so far in this ballgame. Wasatch 4 possessions and 2 touchdowns.
Hard count from Thatcher. Doesn't get the Wasp to bite.
More man-to-man coverage here in the secondary. For Wasatch, they've got 5 guys up on the line of scrimmage, 2 backers, and then man coverage, no high safeties.
Egbert back on the left hip. There's your snap, handing off to Egbert, but good pressure there from Christensen. It's going to tie him up at the 27-yard line.
Connor Cox in there as well.
Cut him down for a loss of 1. Christensen is just a load there, Tyler, a beast for any offensive lineman to have to try to go one-on-one against.
So right now what's giving Wasatch a little bit of fits is, again, they're going that 1 high or 0 high coverage and playing man-to-man, which means you put your linebacker man-to-man with Egbert out of the backfield. And that's what Wasatch has had some struggles with. We'll see if they make any adjustments here on this drive. Going back now to just more traditional look, 2 high safeties. Look like they're going to go more quarters coverage on this possession.
Twins left, now motion coming from Williams. Left to right, now cuts behind the back. Play action, throwing across the middle, complete. And out near midfield, cut down just a yard shy at the 49-yard line, Tyler. It's a good play action, diverting the eyes of the Wasps secondary with Williams coming in motion from left to right. and then taking an awkward motion behind the running back really drew the eyes away.
Tyler, it's an illegal motion, and they didn't call it, but it's an illegal motion. The guy goes backwards, and then he starts to come towards the line of scrimmage. They didn't call it, but that's an illegal formation. Didn't really result in anything on the play side.
Play action from Thatcher, rolling out to the right, dumping it down and complete to Williams. Williams across midfield and across the 45. Push out of bounds. You are right, Tyler. I didn't even think about that at first, but he was motioning forward.
Looked like Canadian football there for a second.
You know, it's true, but Wasatch had a play a couple series ago where they had a receiver who got an excellent jump.
That's impossible.
That was also Canadian football motion going forward. It didn't work out nearly as well for Wasatch as it did for Skyview on that motion, though.
All right, now everything's working for Skyview. They're getting, other than the run game, but the pass game is right now just picking Wasatch apart. Wasatch has done a good job making the adjustments on the run game. Now going quads over here to the left. Now they'll motion over to the right-hand side.
Thatcher calls for the snap, going to hand off to Egbert, running to the right. Wheeler shooting in there to make the tackle, Tyler. Came through that line and cut him down. Short gain, and it's going to bring up third and short. Nice job from Abe to give Wasatch a chance to get off the field here. Quick snap. Flag comes out. Egbert pushing forward. Going to get the first down, but we'll have to check the flag.
Yeah, Wasatch had too many guys on the field. It was 3rd and 1. Great heads-up play from Skyview on the 3rd and 1. Oh, they're actually going to call it on Skyview. Oh, illegal substitution. He signaled both ways, and so it's going to offset. So both teams had 12 guys on the field. Skyview tried to go quick on the 3rd and 1 and just QB sneak it. Wasatch tried to sub. Weren't able to get their guy out, but it looked like Skyview had too many guys as well. So offsetting penalties, we'll just reset at 3rd and 1. 9:54 left to go, second quarter, all tied 14-14.
Skyview's going to split a receiver out wide to the left. That's the far side of the field. One receiver out to the right. Two tight ends, tight end on the left side. Now motioning one left to right. There's your snap, handoff to Egbert, running right, and easily picking up the first down with 3 yards. Move the chains.
Yeah, I just went a little power to the right-hand side, motioned the wing back over to the right, and then pulled the left guard. I was able to run the power play for the first down.
1st and 10 from the Wasp 38-yard line.
Wasatch going back to that two-high safety look, JoJo and Will Wright. Cole bouncing back and forth. Kelson, they're kind of using him as a man-to-man guy on the wing back, trying to get an extra guy in the box.
Motion left to right. Thatcher lets his motion man settle. Now play action to Egbert. Rolling out, naked bootleg to the left, dumping it down now and complete. Brisk comes up to make the tackle for a short gain. First time you finally are looking for someone other than Williams and Ballard, Tyler. That pass is complete to Zamel.
Yeah, I tell you, I've been impressed with the QB here for Skyview. That time, they're just running a little play-action bootleg where they bring the wing back from the right side and release him into the flats on the left, and he got hit in the backfield. Brisket did a good job of knocking him off his route, but the QB stays patient, knows he has time, back pedals kind of look like Aaron Rodgers, and just flipped it into the flats. He's able to make something out of nothing on that play. Brings up 2nd and 6.
8.5 to go here in the first half. 14-14 is the score. Play action from Thatcher, and he finds Williams wide open, who had settled down into the zone of Wasatch. Found the soft spot, and those two are on the same page right now for sure, Tyler. Good chemistry, and they're able to pick up enough yardage for another first down. Down to the 31, Skyview goes, trying to respond, take the lead back from Wasatch.
Yeah, going to go at the 25, Ty. So that actually moved them a little bit further than I thought as well. They made a pretty good spot down to the 25. They're going to go trips now. So they've been bouncing back and forth between what we call 21 personnel, where you have a 2 tight end set with a running back, and 10 personnel with 1 running back and no wide receivers. But doing a pretty good job mixing it up on the Wasatch defense. Going back to the trips look now.
Straight drop for Thatcher, looking left, throwing back across the middle. Williams open, and he's got him. Bassett could see it developing, tried to come over from the opposite side of the field to knock that away, but he couldn't get there in time, and Williams was able to get plenty of separation to get the touchdown, and just a good enough ball from Thatcher. He didn't have to be perfect. He just had to get it in the area, and Williams was able to run under it. So another touchdown pass, the third of the ball game. This time a 25-yard strike from Thatcher to Williams, the second time they've connected.
Thatcher 9 of 10, Ty, on the game today for 184 yards. He's just been lights out in the passing game. Another touchdown pass. Another bobbled snap on the PAT, but they're able to get it off in just the last second.
Yeah, that's not a pretty extra point, Tyler, but it's going to count all the same on the scoreboard as that one sneaks up and over the crossbar. 7:37 left here in the first half. 21-14 between Wasatch and Skyview. And all of a sudden, we got an offensive shootout going back and forth here. Stick around. Back for Wasatch football right after the break.
Gucci Goo Barbecue in Heber Valley is a premier barbecue restaurant. You can choose from finger-licking ribs, poppin' andouille sausage, tasty chicken, tender brisket, delicious pork, and yummy street tacos. Friday night dates, take that significant other for the smoked prime rib that melts in your mouth. Family-friendly atmosphere where everyone is welcome, quick service for dine-in or takeout, great quality food, and great value for your money. That's Gucci Goo in Midway on Main Street.
Let's play some football! Football. Ready?
Tyler Baird and Tyler Moss are on the air. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
It's 21-14 here at Skyview High School. The Bobcats with the lead over the Wasps. And Ty, I think I've got a new definition of torture. When you have to drive up to Logan, you're not able to stop and get anything to eat, and then you have all these great food sponsors that we have on the menu, and you have to listen to all these great sponsorships, and your tummy's rumbling over there. I can hear it. It's only the second
Tyler,
quarter.
I was just going to be professional and not bring it up, but it was a tough drive up here. I mean, we were pushing almost 4 hours by the time I got out of the car. This kick's going to be returnable. Wright's got it on the right side, running right, across the 20. Cut down there as he gets beyond the 20-yard line. Wasatch will have some plus field position here, though, to start this possession. Yeah, Ty, it was an event between construction zones and past 4 different accidents that really slowed traffic down. Got here just in time to get up, but I did not get any food. So you're right, I might disappear on you at some point and go find something to eat.
Staying with the trips formation out of the Wasps in the same wide receiver group. Boucade in the backfield.
There's your snap to Kelson. Back to Boucade. Fakes right, back left, making good, quick, decisive moves as Carter picks up another big chunk, Tyler. 7, perhaps 8 yards. Check where the ball officially goes down. 8 yards for Boucade on the carry. Second and short. Kelson wants to throw here. Looking left, back across the middle. He's got higher open. Plenty of separation. Oh, and it goes over his fingertips, Tyler. That would have been a touchdown for sure as the defensive back was stumbling as that ball was getting to higher. Nobody would have caught him.
Got a flag back at the line of scrimmage either way, Ty. So even if that one's good, you have a holding call. And this is what hurt Wasatch last week, are just those random penalties here or there. So you have 2nd and 2, and I like them taking a shot, but now instead of 3rd and 2, you push it all the way back, and you're going to have 2nd and 12.
Yeah, but what a perfect time to make that play call, Tyler. Boucade is running over people. The safeties are starting to creep in, and you release your playmaker receiver. Hard count gets 5 back. Tyler Wasatch does it again. Hard snap count. Skyview jumps offside there on the right side. And that'll move the ball back
Penalties
to 2nd and 7.
Penalties brought to you by Physical at the Fit Stop this year. Again, they'll help you from head to toe, including vertigo and sports injuries.
Trips out to the left this time. Kelson looking to throw left. Now back to the right. The higher screen. He's got to make a few guys miss. Tyler Skyview read that perfectly, and he is not going to. Going to be another big loss for Wasatch as Higher was working back to the ball. Skyview is able to wrap him up and bring him down. Be 3rd and long coming up for Wasatch.
Brought down by number 15, Chase Lillywhite, and number 60.
Trips out to the left this time. Higher alone again on the right side. Boucade in the backfield with Kelson.
3 sophomores over on that left-hand side. You got Cash Coombe, Mason Gomez, and Hutch Solomon.
There's your snap to Kelson. He's looking left all the way across the middle and hit right as he catches is Gomez. Hangs on to it, but it'll be shy of the sticks by quite a bit. So Wasatch will have to bring the punting team back on the field.
Yeah, pretty good job that time. They brought 6 men, so Mack has to get rid of the ball quickly. Unfortunately, there was good man coverage behind, and Mason's not able to make a guy miss, and that's going to bring up 4th and about 6.
Time to bring up the answer to our trivia question today, Tyler. Was asked, Skyview High School had kind of a beloved, famous punt returner at BYU that came from their school. And he was beloved because he was about 5'6" and tough as nails. And that was J.D. Falslev. Brown gets off a good kick. It's bobbled by Vickers at the 30. Bobbles again and has to just dive on top of it at the 29-yard line. So Wasatch is going to catch a break there, an unforced issue there from Vickers.
It was fortunate, Kai, because Wasatch had nobody down there to on the, not sure what happened to the corners that were trying to get down there, but nobody was down there, so good break there for Wasatch.
Finish my thought on the trivia, though, Tyler. J.D. Falslev was a really beloved BYU football returner, receiver, came from Skyview High School, one of their famous legendary players from up here, and definitely known for his grit at Skyview. And, of course, the winner of that is the Bucads, Tyler. I just can't stump the Bucads. They get that trivia question every week. And we'll try to throw out another one here before the game's over as well. Thatcher going to take a 5-step drop. Now dump it down on the screen himself to Egbert. McNaughton all over that thing, though, Tyler, and wraps him up and brings him down after a short gain. Austin saw what was happening on the offensive line and started backing up and was able to cut down Egbert before he was able to get loose.
It's going to still be a gain of 6, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 4. 5:30 left to go here in the second quarter. Skyview with a touchdown lead.
Gain of 6 on the play. 2nd down and 4 for the Bobcats.
Trips out to the left side. 5:18 remaining here in the first half. Egbert going to shift over to the left side as well. Now he'll waddle back over to the right. Now back over to the left side. He and Thatcher aren't on the same page on this one yet. Now everyone settles. Egbert on the left hip, trips on the left side. One receiver right. There's your snap, handoff to Egbert running right now. Wasatch bodies that one up pretty quickly. It'll be a pickup of only 1 yard, bringing up 3rd and 3 for Skyview.
Yeah, Ty, and you hate to put it on a specific group, but really Wasatch just needs the secondary to come through in this ball game, because right now they're winning the line of scrimmage battle. Offensively, they're running for a lot of yards. Defensively, the run game is not there for Skyview, so you just got to figure out a way to slow down this pass game for Skyview, and Wasatch should be fine, but they're in that dangerous territory, already down 1 score with Skyview with the ball.
Wasatch did receive to start the game, so Skyview ideally would like to take time off the clock and score and get the ball back. There's an easy first down conversion, Tyler, just a little 5-yard button hook pattern on the right side. Complete and move the chains. 4:15 left in the first half. Skyview with the ball on their own 45-yard line and on the move.
Yeah, just 3rd and 2, just a little hitch. Wasatch's DB's playing off. Just a little pitch and catch, like you said, Ty. Again, Thatcher's been good. Thatcher's been really good in the game today for the Bobcats.
Another run up the middle for Egbert. Wasatch on that one pretty quickly. Cut down for no gain.
Yeah, Garrett Christensen once again with another tackle for loss. Actually, it's going to be a tackle for no gain. But Christensen is so good, Ty. I mean, his IQ for the game, you talk a lot about IQ when you hear like draft analysis and stuff like that, but he just knows the game so well. 3-year starter. He knows what blocks he's getting. And right now, when that right tackle pulls to the left, it's just no chance for Skyview.
Trips out to the left again. Egbert's going to motion from the backfield, going left, looking to throw and complete this time. Not to Egbert, Tyler, that one to Zamel. Zamel trying to work his way back into the middle of the field, is able to weave his way forward for about 8 yards. 3rd and short coming up for the Bobcats.
Nice play design there, Ty. They go Egbert off to the they motion Egbert out to the left, but then they threw a screen to an inside wide receiver. So Wasatch has all their eyes on Egbert, went back inside to the slot guy.
Did a quick quarterback sneak there from Thatcher, Tyler, and I think they needed the 45, and they didn't get it. Down at the 46-yard line. 4th and 1 coming up for Skyview. They were hoping to catch Wasatch off guard. They are in Wasatch territory. They've already gone for it once on 4th and short and converted. Expect them to go for it again here, keeping the offense on the field. 4th and 1. 2:38 on the clock here in the first half. Wasatch trailing 21-14. Thatcher's in shotgun. Motion left to right from the tight end. Hand off to Egbert. Egbert pushes across the 45 down to the 43, and that will move the chains.
Yeah, on those 4th and 1s, that's the second time they've gone for it on 4th and short. And we're able to get the first down once again. And they're just going to the power play. They motion the wing back over to the right-hand side, pull the left guard over to the right. And Wasatch has shut down the double pull, but they've had a hard time shutting down the power play with the left guard pulling.
Tight ends in tight this time. One receiver left, one receiver right. Egbert, the lone back behind Thatcher again.
Another hard snap count. Wasatch does a good job of not jumping.
Got 2 tight ends in here. One standing on the right hip of the offensive line, one on the left hip.
Under 2 minutes to go.
There's your snap. Thatcher, 5-step drop, looking to throw down the right side. Good coverage, double coverage, and forcing the throw to Williams out of bounds, incomplete. He did come down with it, Tyler, But that was blanket coverage from Wright coming over at the safety position.
Dalton
and
Hill.
then in the initial coverage was cornerback Dalton Hill.
Yeah, Dalton Hill, only a junior, basketball kid as well, long. They really like what he can offer the Wasatch team, getting a little bit more reps today on defense. 1:42 left to go. Brings up 2nd and 10. I'd like to see if Wasatch could maybe get a takeaway or get a chance to get the ball back.
Shout out to a couple faithful listeners. Appreciate you messaging us. Coach Scholl listening in from Pleasant Grove. Tyler. Dave Sullivan as well listening in. Appreciate you guys tuning in here today. Hand off to Egbert, running left to right, breaks 2 tackles. Now he's across the 40, the 35, down to the 30 before the safeties are able to come over and cut him down. Wright had to come over to help out. Wheeler, retreating, was able to help make the tackle as well.
Tough break there, Ty. Wasatch had the right defense, just the defensive lineman not able to come up with the tackle in the backfield. Good play from Egbert, breaks a couple of tackles. Again, the right defense called against that double pole, just a better play from Egbert.
30-yard line.
Skyview running a perfect drive to end the first half. Tyler got this ball with just under 6 minutes left, and now we're down to about 1 minute. They've just been methodically moving down the field, trying to chew up the clock, knowing they'll receive to start the second half as well. Thatcher looking to throw on first down. Complete, breaking the first tackle, but not the second, as Hire is able to come over and make the tackle, Tyler. But that's the first reception from Favero. His first catch on the day.
Yeah, no, just looking at the secondary, Ty, it just looks like they're getting their eyes stuck in the backfield a little bit more instead of playing the man. And that's always the temptation for secondary players. You want to make the big play, so you get your eyes in the backfield. You're looking at the QB, wanting to come underneath plays, and it's just allowing these receivers for Skyview to just find open spots in the zone.
1st and 10, just outside the 10-yard line of Wasatch. 59 seconds left.
He did go out of bounds, so that stopped the clock. 1 timeout remaining for Skyview, 2 timeouts remaining for Wasatch.
Thatcher has the play call he wants, trips out to the right. There's your snap. He's looking to throw, looking back left, coming across the middle for Williams. Incomplete. Armendariz had great coverage there, Tyler. Stride for stride with Williams.
Yeah, that's the first thing. I think that's 7 straight completions up till that incompletion right there. Only 2 incompletions on the game.
Had the one to Williams that went out of bounds.
Oh, that's right.
Didn't drop it, though. It just was standing out of bounds.
That's why he couldn't remember it. And that was another good ball, Ty. Just didn't keep him in bounds.
2nd and 10, 55 seconds left. Wasatch down 21-14, 55 seconds left in the first half,
Remember last year, Ty, Wasatch had a 99-yard touchdown or an interception return for a touchdown last year against Skyview. Maybe Wasatch can create a little bit of magic again.
Looking to throw again, left side, and dropped, Tyler, right in the breadbasket, and then dropped. Williams was working the corner on the pylon. The ball was a little low, but it was there. Should have been caught.
Good ball, but Ty, again, showing some maturity is Armendariz there. Didn't peek back into the backfield, and I think Armendariz just staying in front of the receiver. I don't think he could see that ball coming in very well. Really good ball from Thatcher, but Armendariz, the sophomore, doing a pretty good job out there on the lone side.
3rd and 10, ball at the 11-yard line of Wasatch. Skyview is going to bring trips out to the right. No quads out to the right this time, Tyler. 1 receiver left, empty backfield. There's your snap to Thatcher. He's looking right, now flush to the left. He's got space to run if he wants. He is going to run, and diving for the pylon, and hit as he gets there, but he's in, Tyler. Wow, he took a pop, but he's able to sneak on through across the goal line. Touchdown Bobcats, 43 seconds left in the first half, moving the score 27-14. In favor of Skyview.
Yeah, that's a formation Wasatch I don't think was prepared for. When 4 wide receivers to the right, 1 wide receiver to the left. And when Wasatch saw that, the defensive line went into pass rush mode, but unfortunately the backside of the quarterback got sucked inside. He escapes to the outside and is able to get into the end zone. Takes a 2-touchdown lead with 43 seconds left to go. Whistle on the PAT. They're going to call offsides on Wasatch. See if Skyview decides to take the penalty or just decides to kick it from there again.
Offsides against the Wasps.
There's your signal.
So that would move it to the 1.5 yards. Normally it's at the 3, half the distance to the goal, puts it at the 1.5 yard line.
They're going to re-kick it, Tyler. This has been a shaky part of their game. First point was not converted. Second time they went for 2 and got it. The third time was a wobbly kick that made it through. This time, the best of all of them, Good firm kick goes up and through the uprights, making the score 28-14. 43 seconds left here in the first half. Wasatch set to receive.
Attention painters and homeowners. Premium Kelly Moore paint is now available at your neighborhood Wasatch Back Paint and Floor. That's right, Wasatch Back Paint and Floor is the official authorized Kelly Moore Paints outlet. You can now get premium Kelly Moore paints at your Heber Wasatch Back Paint and Floor. You'll love their high quality, long-lasting finishes for any home paint project. So if you're painting a single room, refreshing your front door, or doing a full repaint of your home, Wasatch Back Paint and Floor is the place to go for fine Kelly Moore paints. Stop by today.
It's game time! Let's do it! Ready?
Wasatch High School Sports on the radio with Ty and Ty on 94.5 The Beat.
One of our new sponsors, Robarge, have built a business on exceptional care, collision repair, and proudly boast one of the highest customer satisfaction ratings in the industry, offering That's Fast Service, located at 1365 South Industrial Parkway in Heber City, Utah. 28-14, Wasatch trails with 43 seconds remaining in the first half.
Higher and right back to receive. Kick coming in the direction of right near the goal line. He's got it at the 1. Has a chance to return this one across the 10, across the 20, steps through a tackle as he crosses the 20, but can't get through the next host of tacklers down at the 23-yard line. Will's had a nice game so far tonight, Tyler, playing both ways. Actually, all three facets, special teams, offense, and defense. He's going to get a breather here on this play.
Wasatch staying with their same wide receivers, 3 sophomores to the left, Joe to the right. Let's see if they can make something happen in the last 37 seconds.
Bucad is on the hip of Kelson. Over 100 yards already. They're going to give it to him. Skyview is ready. Bring him down after a short run of 2 yards. Clock's going to continue to run. Wasatch not moving with as much pace as we're used to seeing, down to 22 seconds. Now we're ready to go. There's your snap. Hand off to Bucad. Back up the middle. And popped. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half, Tyler. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Wasatch looking content to bring this one into the break. And they will. There's the horn. The first half comes to a close. Wasatch trailing 28-14. Skyview also set to receive to start the second half. So Wasatch will need to dial it up defensively to get back in this one. Guild Mortgage halftime show coming up after the break.
Well, folks, spring is near, but have no fear. Country Gardens and Nursery is here for your everyday garden supplies, decor, and more. From our personal gardener to our new bulk yard, where we offer large variety of soil, mulches, and decorative rock. Come see what we have in store. Country Gardens and Nursery, 1401 South, US 189. We'll see you soon and hope to put you in bloom.
A UCCU home equity line of credit puts your home's equity to work for you. Finish your basement or yard and raise your home's value. Pay off higher interest, help with college or weddings. It's peace of mind knowing that you have a low-rate line of credit ready for whatever, whenever. UCCU will also provide you with a home equity Visa card, giving you instant access to your equity. Learn more or start your application today at uccu.com or stop by any branch. UCCU. Love where you bank.
Heber City Point S is locally owned and operated by Larry Rhodes and Brad Hyatt. They offer the best brand tires at low prices with extensive knowledge and experience of repair and services with no pressure sales. Only what you need. They've been taking care of cars, trucks, and trailers for over 20 years. No appointment needed, conveniently located, free shuttle service, and free Wi-Fi. Take $5 off your next visit when you tell them 94.5 The Peak sent you over. That's Heber City Point S.
Hey there, Heber City. Are you tired of dings, dents, and scrapes ruining the beauty of your beloved vehicle? Look no further than Robarge Collision, the ultimate destination for all your auto body needs. At Robarge Collision, they've been offering top-notch collision repairs and outstanding customer service. Their team of expert technicians is passionate about bringing your car back to its original glory, no matter the size of damage. Their state-of-the-art facility is equipped with cutting-edge technology, ensuring precise and accurate repairs. They handle it all with precision and care.
Having a strong parent-child bond helps build a foundation to make it easier to talk to your kids about the hard things, like underage drinking and drug use. Here are a few things you can do to help create strong family bonds. Spend 15 minutes every day one-on-one with each child. Eat meals together at least 5 to 7 times a week. And have fun together doing things that your kids enjoy. Parents are the #1 reasons kids stay drug and alcohol free. Brought to you by Wasatch Behavioral Health.
It's game time! Let's do it! Ready?
Wasatch High School Sports on the radio with Ty and Ty on 94.5 The Beat.
It's halftime, brought to you by Guild Mortgage. Tom Stone and his team is committed to helping his clients understand their options for real estate financing and assisting them to make solid home loan decisions that meet their needs. That's Guild Mortgage.
Up at Skyview High School here tonight, Tyler, it's a beautiful night for football. Sun is setting up here in the northern end of Cache County. And unfortunately, Wasatch is on the wrong side of the scoreboard right now, 28-14. But there have been a lot of positives on the field. But both these teams kind of playing opposite for what we thought coming into this one, Tyler, with the strengths that they had in week 1. Seems like both teams have done a nice job defensively to game plan to take away those strengths. And then the teams have switched, and they've been good at something else. We're going to take a closer look at what those items are here on the Guild Mortgage Halftime Show as we take a look at the Gordon Law Group stat recap. The Gordon Law Group is your full-service local law firm practicing in all areas of the law. They take pride in saying, yeah, we do that at the Gordon Law Group.
Yeah, Ty, let's jump into the scoring summary to start off the battle. Skyview was able to go 85 yards on their second possession to take the early 6-0 lead after the failed PAT. And then Wasatch was able to answer with a 65-yard drive of their own, set up with a Will Wright pass completion on the screen on the right-hand side, and then Carter Bucad ends up going in for the score, making the score 7-7. Skyview answered on one play on their next drive, went 80 yards for the touchdown, making the score 14-7 after they got the 2-point conversion. Wasatch once again answers on the back of Carter Bucad, who goes down and scores, making the score 14-14, but then Skyview is able to answer with 2 scores, and Wasatch not able to score the rest of the half, making the score 28-14. Let's jump into some first half stats, and the stats show that Carter Bucad was again the workhorse. 21 rushes for Carter Bucad, 134 rushing yards in the first half, also has 2 touchdowns. Matt Kelson, 4 of 7 for 43 yards, and he's completed passes to 4 different receivers. The big one was to Will Wright that went for 23 yards. He's got 1 completion to Hutch Sullivan for 18 yards. Mason Gomez, 1 catch for 4 yards. And probably the story of the first half offensively, Ty, JoJo Heyer, only 1 catch, and he actually lost yardage on the completion. Skyview doing a pretty good job of shutting down JoJo. But Wasatch is not really even looking to pass. It was a heavy run dose, and the only time they were able to stop anything was when Wasatch shot themselves in the foot, a couple of holding penalties, and that's what offset some of those drives.
Tyler, you bring up Carter Bucad, and he's been the standout to me. He's been so good tonight. Just barreling over guys. He's also showed a lot of finesse, Tyler, with the feet, shifting in and out, left and right, cutting back in the middle when he shows good vision. It's been fun to watch, and it kind of has me thinking and digging and thinking about some of the greater rushing performances. So I want to go down that train for a minute, if that's all right, Tyler. And I want to throw out another trivia question, because the Bucads already got my first one in about 8 seconds, Tyler, when I asked the first trivia question. So I got another one I want to throw out here. Who was the last Wasatch High School running back to rush for over 2,000 yards in a season? Who was the last Wasatch High School running back to rush for over 2,000 yards in a season, Tyler? Well, I won't give any more clues because it's too easy for the Bucads here, but we'll see there. You can tweet at us, WHS Wasps, or you can text us, area code 435-315-2446. Again, 315-2446. Who is the last Wasatch running back to rush for over 2,000 yards? You're listening to the Guild Mortgage Halftime Show, Tyler. Let's kind of skip over here to the second half. Talk second half for a minute if we can. You've seen some really nice things from Wasatch, especially in the run game. The defensive line has had some bright moments as well, Tyler. I think the cornerbacks have also had some good moments as well. But what needs to happen in order to stabilize this thing? Wasatch finding themselves down 28-14. What are your point S keys to the second half?
You know, and hats off to Skyview with their offensive game plan here in the first half. When you have a good running team like Skyview, it's tough to blitz, because when you blitz, you create some running lanes, and that causes some big plays on the run game. So what Wasatch has done in the first half is they've gone heavy, just let Abe, let Brisk, let those running backs just kind of go read on the run game, and it's worked. And Abe Wheeler's played great. Brisk has played great. They've done a good job of stopping the run. But what's happened is you've not been able to blitz on the pass, and so Thatcher's just been able to drop back and pass. They've been able to run those deep crossing routes. So I wonder if Coach Kana, he loves to blitz, and so I wonder if he's going to dial up more six-man pressure, maybe get the DBs a little bit closer to those wide receivers, get a little bit more physical in the second half to try to slow down the timing routes that Skyview's been running here in the first half. And you need to hit Thatcher a little bit. He hasn't been hit. You need to get him some QB knockdowns on some of these pass plays, but that's at the risk of giving up more on the run game. And on the opposite side of things, Ty, Wasatch does need to pass the ball a little bit. They're starting to key off on Bucat a little bit, so you got to figure out a way to get JoJo a couple more touches. The middle of the field seems open to me. I think you can get Hutch. You already have an 18-yard completion to Solomon out of that slot spot. That's where La'a had lived when he was here at Wasatch. Carter Bucat had a lot of success last year in that. So if we can get Hutch some of that look, Wasatch also has some wrap routes where you the number 2 receiver coming over the middle. So I think you're going to see a little bit of that here in the second half. Try to get the ball spread out a little bit more instead of just Carter Bucat rushing.
As your Point S Tires keys to the second half, you're listening to the Guild Mortgage Halftime Show. Tyler Moss and Tyler Barrett on the air with you here this evening. We appreciate you making us a part of your Friday night and supporting Wasatch High School athletics. Tyler, have an answer to the trivia question, a winner now, the answer. And I'm going to need your help on this because I'm pretty sure you got an autographed football when you were young. This
I do.
guy.
Can I share that story? Is that all right?
Yeah, go ahead,
so
and then we'll get to
first
who the
year
winner
of
is.
tackle football for me, and we had 2 teams. If you remember, Ty, you were on one team, and
Two
I was
youth teams,
two
not
youth
high
teams.
school teams.
Sorry,
Yes,
2
yeah.
youth teams. We were both in 6th grade, had 2 youth teams, and when we played each other, I took a pretty solid knee to the kidney and ended up lacerating my kidney and was on my back for 2 to 3 weeks. And this individual, the quarterback who has a son on this year's team, little blast from the past, Brock Budd's son, Heath Budd, one of the starting. He's starting both ways for Wasatch this year. And Mitch Morgan and a couple of other guys came over to my house, delivered a football that was signed by the team. One of the best teams I think have come through Wasatch. And David Wade with the winner on who that rusher was.
Yeah, Ryan Van Rosendahl, Tyler, was the 2,000-yard rusher. And I believe last game he had to get something like 300 yards or something like that. He ended up delivering and getting 2,000 yards rushing over the course of that season. Really quite a feat for Wasatch. But he was so small that he didn't get recruited very highly. I think his only offer was to the Naval Academy out of high school.
Ended up becoming a professional skier, Ty. He made some money being a skier. And again, to Cache Valley ties, who Wasatch lost to in the playoffs was North St. Pete, who was coached by Mark Wooten, who ended up coming up here to Mountain Crest after that year and having lots of success up here with the Kafusi brothers and those guys, Kafensis and those guys that were up here.
It's a fun blast from a past. Another thing that we've been toying with doing, Tyler, is the all-time great Wasatch High School football team.
We're gonna do it.
We've been stewing over that, but man, there are some good ones. It is hard to narrow down, and so we'll try to do that. I'm gonna pose a few questions to you with that. If you had to pick a number 1 overall draft pick for Wasatch High School football, all of the players that have come through over the years, who's your number 1 draft pick?
You're
the Carolina
overall.
Panthers this year.
Carolina
You get number 1 draft pick. Who are you taking?
It would be between 2 players for me, and I'm going to go to, and I think we did this when we did this for baseball, we went to collegiate success, so not only high school success, but what they did in college. So for me, there's 2 guys that come to mind, and for me, and I love quarterbacks and I love receivers, but it all starts up front, Ty. You got to have a solid left tackle and defensive line. So I would either go Jake Probst, who ended up becoming a great player at Fresno State and a great player at Wasatch, and probably who I would go with number 1 because I coached him and made me look a lot better as an offensive coordinator than probably I was, and that's Ben Boss, who ended up playing and having a great career.
So you go on the line both times there with
I
that,
think I'd
Tyler.
go Ben Boss with number 1.
He was so good. He was so good for Wasatch.
And probably
Jake
has...
Probst, though, I think if memory serving me correctly, that Fresno State, people hear, when you go back 2-3 decades, you hear Fresno, and, well, what are they? They're not much now. I believe that team had Derek Carr, David Carr.
It was the
number 1 draft pick.
Had to have been the younger ones. I'm not sure if he was before them, but it was around that time.
It was pretty good. Fresno had some good players that came through at that time. I thought he played with the one that got drafted by the Texans, number 1, after they did the expansion draft there, Tyler. But I could be misremembering that. That's interesting. You go with the line, Tyler. You don't go quarterback. There's been some good quarterbacks come through Wasatch.
And it would be fun just to go through some of the quarterbacks that have come through Wasatch, because there have been some good ones. If I were to throw out some names on the quarterback side, I'd probably, and I feel like I coached some good ones, but Kurt McEwen, took Wasatch to a state championship, ended up losing that state championship, but Kurt McEwen's as good as it gets.
Oh, he was smooth.
4-year backup at BYU, and backed up some pretty good quarterbacks down there at BYU as well. So
again, correct me if I'm wrong. I know Max Hall he was behind at one point.
John Beck and Max
Two
Hall.
NFL guys. Yeah. It just never was able to find the field behind a couple NFL guys. And so that's too bad. He was really good, Tyler. I'm surprised you didn't go back farther to Ron Tree.
Yeah.
Linebacker at BYU.
True.
Very, very successful career. The famous legend in Heber Valley is that Lavelle, many times on record, said he was his favorite player he ever coached, the hardest worker he ever had. And I'm surprised he didn't go that route as well, Tyler. But you can see already with the couple minutes we've done this over halftime, it's going to be an impossible task to create an all-time great team. And from Wasatch, we'll do the best that we can. About 3 minutes from our opening kickoff here to start the second half. One more trivia just because I'm feeling like going down that rabbit hole for a second, Tyler. We've been talking about rushing. Carter Bucott has been excellent tonight for the Wasps. Went over 100 yards just after the first quarter of play, Tyler, and he's been running all over Skyview. And so we've kind of been going down the rushing record book memory lane for a minute. Now, as far as high school sports, who holds the all-time record for rushing yards over the course of a high school career?
Not at Wasatch.
Not at I'm talking nationally. Who holds the all-time record for most rushing yards? And this one maybe is a little bit easier to get because he's a big name right now, Tyler. And he held one of the most impressive senior seasons, going for over 4,000 yards in his senior season.
So for me, we did, well, we probably need to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about that a little bit. But the stats his senior year are mind-boggling. We'll dive into that a little bit later.
Are you ready for lunch? Well, the Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best foods with friends and family in the Valley and have been the winner of Best of State for 19 years. They've recently been named the official Best of Utah for their milkshakes. You've got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot, or you can try a turkey breast sandwich that tickles the taste buds. They've proudly been serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. That's the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
You might be used to having someone ask you the question, what is it that you need? I think that's limiting. I'm going to take you through a 6-step process. And it's simply answering questions. And it might not just be home. It might be that you want that fancy new car. It might be that you want trips. It's your list. What is it that you really, really want?
Call Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage in Heber City.
Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Guild Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice.
5, 4, 3, 2.
KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Halftime here at Skyview High School, or Wasatch trails 28-14 to Skyview. The Bobcats will receive to start the second half in just a couple minutes. We appreciate you listening to us in the Guild Mortgage Halftime Show, maybe listening to us ramble down memory lane there for a minute, Tyler, as well. Just brought up to end this halftime show, we talked a little bit about some of the all-time great rushing performances. Wasatch's last running back who really had a standout, I think over 10 100-yard rushing games in a season, was Jake Salazar. The last 2,000-yard rusher for Wasatch was Ryan Van Rosendahl. You can't forget about Zach Thacker, who had the 80% of the offense for Wasatch his senior year.
And I'm pretty sure has the record for most rushes in a season for Wasatch. And he is playing down some JC ball down in St. George this year.
And that brought us to our last question of who holds the national record for most rushing yards in a high school career. And that's Derrick Henry, Tyler, at over 12,000 rushing yards in his high school career. You only get to play 4 years, so you start doing some math there. He's averaging over 3,000 yards per year in his high school career. It was capped by his senior season where he had 4,261 yards rushing on 462 carries and 55 touchdowns his senior year. Those are his numbers. And that's only good for 5th best nationally as far as a rushing season, Tyler. The all-time great rushing record, 4,756 yards rushing over the course of a season with 40 touchdowns in 1950 by John Giantino of New Jersey. And so that's your all-time great rushing season, 1,700 plus yards rushing with 40 touchdowns. Wasatch was a little late coming out of the locker room, Tyler, so they got out here about 1 minute ago, and the clocks have been reset to 3 minutes before kickoff so they can have some time to stretch and get loose and get ready to go. Long halftime conversation in there, Tyler. You're one of the coaches on the staff. You've been in those locker room conversations before. This is not normal for the Wasps to be in the locker room for this long. What do you anticipate is going on in there?
Well, and Ty, the locker room's about a half a mile down the hill. I mean, so part of it is just getting there and back just takes a long time here at Skyview. But no, there was probably definitely some little bit of a wake up, and Ty, it's a young team, and these are all excuses, but it's a long drive up here, and I was on that bus. It was not only long, it was hot on that bus. No AC on those buses, and so it was hot.
Do they make these big football guys stack 2-3 guys to a seat, Tyler? How does they all get their own seat?
And selfishly, I had my own seat. Granted, I wasn't going to share a seat up here either. But no, I think that's part of it. But yeah, I think a little bit of, but also, Ty, you remember last week, Wasatch was down big at half last week against Park City, and they came out and made some plays, and so I think there was probably a little bit of both of, hey, we're better than what we did the second half, let's tighten up the secondary, let's tighten up the penalties offensively, and then two, hey, remember what we did last week, we can do that again this week.
Wasatch down by 14, 28-14. They started the second half with a middle dribble onside kick last week, Tyler. Do you anticipate something like that coming out again here?
You got to assume Skyview scouted that, right? And so they're going to be ready for it coming out. And so I don't think this one's the time to do it. You kick this one away, and then later on maybe you try it. But, yeah, we'll see what Wasatch comes up with.
If you are not as up-to-date on high school athletics here, Tyler, good time to tell you with the start of this new 2023 football season, new regions as well. This was the realignment year. Wasatch finds themselves in what you and I believe to be the toughest region as far as depth in 5A. They're in there with the likes of Timpview, Orem, Springville, Cedar Valley, Maple Mountain, and Wasatch. That's a pretty good region there, Tyler.
Yeah, and then they showed well in week one. Timpview gets the loss, but we're competitive against one of the best teams in the state, if not the best team in the state, in Sky Ridge High School. Maple Mountain got a good win over Payson. Cedar Valley was competitive, and then Orem got down early to East, who's a good program, and they came back and won in the second half.
Get started with our second half of Skyview football.
Fisher Brown will kick for the Wasps. Over to Skyview to start. Skyview does look to be ready for an onside kick, Tyler. They've got 6 guys up near the 10-yard marker, kind of pinching in, ready for it. Brown approaches, and he's just going to kick this one away deep. End-over-end kick, back into the end zone, hits 3 yards deep for a touchback. And Skyview will have it at the 20-yard line to start the second half.
Yeah, good to see Fisher get a little bit more of a leg on that one. Had one kickoff that didn't go into the end zone there in the first half. So we'll see what adjustments the Wasatch defense makes here. Gave up 28 points in that first half, most of it through the air. If you look at the stats for Skyview, over 200 yards passing in that first half. I only have them down for 52 rushing yards. So pretty good job again on the run game, and that was the emphasis this week. But now Wasatch has to figure out a way to slow down Thatcher in the passing game. Going to start out with that trips formation down here to the left.
Yeah, they've mixed up their looks here, Tyler. They're not all spread. In fact, they've used a lot of tight ends in this game so far. This time they're going to spread it out a little bit. Trips left. Egbert, who ran for 222 yards last week, is standing on the left hip of Thatcher. There's your snap. Hand off to Egbert, running left to right. He's got 10. He's got 15, cut down at the 35-yard line. More easy pickings there for Egbert. In fact, he got a really favorable spot, Tyler. Side official has him at the 36. Middle official came in to mark him down at the 35, though. So give him 15. Skyview comes out ready to roll.
Well, early adjustment is Skyview sees that Wasatch doesn't have anybody to that side and just goes outside zone to the right-hand side, picks up a big game. Biggest rush of the game for Egbert.
Trips back over to the left side. Thatcher looking with Egbert on his right hip. One receiver to the right. Handoff now running left. Christensen in pursuit from behind. Is able to run him down and make the tackle. Nice hustle from Christensen. Cole Kelson came up to close down the edge. And Christensen was able to come through and make the tackle right at the line of scrimmage.
A pretty obvious hold right here in front of us on Colton Bassett. The left tackle just had Bassett on the outside by the shoulder pads. Fisher right in front of it just disagreed. Still, good play from Wasatch, and again, a great play from Garrett Christensen.
Skyview's going to switch the trips over to the right side this time. That's the far side of the field, short side over here on the left. Got a tight end there tight.
they've done a pretty good job of mixing up formations, getting some different looks.
Egbert motioning out of the backfield, left to right. Thatcher rolling out over to the right. All men are covered well. Thatcher's just going to throw it away in the direction of Williams, but good coverage downfield by the secondary of Wasatch.
Yeah, good job there from Wasatch. They made an adjustment. They had somebody covering Egbert, dropped 3 guys deep, which took away a lot of those gaps that we saw in that first half, and then a good job up front. I think it was Heath Budd that was able to win off the tackle here and was able to put some pressure on the QB. Turned into a beautiful night, Ty. Sun's gone down, a little bit cooler temperatures now here. 10:34 as we get started here in the second half. Wasatch down 14.
3rd and long. Thatcher in the shotgun, trips back to the right. 1 receiver short side here to the left. Egbert in the backfield, going out for a pass, throwing across the middle and over the head of Williams. Incomplete. Miscommunication as Williams snaps his head back towards Egbert, looking confused at how that developed. Wasatch forces a punt from Skyview.
First punt of the game for Skyview.
Getting what they need out of the break, Tyler. Wasatch needed a stop and a quick one. Down 2 scores. Defense came up with what they needed to.
Yeah, 5 possessions in that first half. Only one of them resulted in a turnover, and it wasn't by punt, it was by fumble.
On the punt with the Bobcats, number 83, Brennan.
JoJo Heyer standing back at the 20-yard line. JoJo had a great game last week. 11 catches, 190 yards receiving. A little bit of a sideways snap there, Tyler. Punter does a good job to handle it and get the kick off and gets a great bounce after he gets it down the field. Hits outside the 20, but is going to roll inside the 20 down near the 15-yard line before it goes out. So Wasatch is going to have a long field, over 80 yards to go to find the pay dirt here.
Yeah, he was just a little bit too far back, Ty, and that's probably on us as a staff. You got to figure out where the right zone is. It wasn't that great of a kick, but he was so far back on his initial alignment that that's what caused that to bounce and took a good Skyview bounce.
Wasatch is going to go trips out to the right side. 1 receiver there to the left, Bucad in the backfield. Bucad on the carry to start the second half. Breaks the first tackle, now coming back over to the right side. Sees that the hole is closing and starts diving forward. Is able to get a good chunk on first down.
One thing you're going to start seeing, Ty, is the defensive ends are going to start pinching inside, trying to take away those run lanes on the inside.
Back to Bucad, running left. Good lane here. Breaks the tackle. He's across the 30 to the 35. Cut down there. Secondary closed out quickly on Bucad. But a nice run for Carter. And just like that, he's able to push Wasatch down the field. About 20 yards rushing over the last 2 downs. Play action to Bucad this time. Kelson flushed out to the right. Looking and complete to Gomez. But he goes down to make the catch, Tyler. So short gain for Mason. Give him the 40.
Second catch of the day for Mason. Just a 3-yard catch. Let's bring up 2nd and 7.
Mason, a sophomore. His first varsity experience here this year. Trips out to the left side. Pressure showing off of that side. Kelson looking to throw. Good coverage down the field. Throwing down. Great catch from Solomon. Oh, man, he went up and snatched it out of the air.
Cash Coombs, Ty.
Cash Coombs, nice, excuse me. What a play there. Full extension going up and bringing that one in across the 40-yard line of Skyview, and the Wasps are on the move.
Man, that's a great catch from Cash. Good ball from Matt Kelson. Wasatch is rolling.
Play action. Matt going down the middle. He's got JoJo. JoJo to the 20, 15. Touchdown. Wasatch higher across the middle. Kelson finds him, and the Wasps take 1 minute and 23 seconds, go 85 yards, and make this a 1-score game. 28-20 the score. Southam coming on for the extra point.
Nice adjustment from the Wasatch coaching staff. So JoJo's had a hard time finding space on the outside. They move him into the H spot. Now you got your best wide receiver locked in on some linebackers and safeties that aren't great coverage guys. Matt Kelson does a good job, stays in the pocket, delivers a perfect pass, and Matt does a good job, JoJo does a great job snatching it out of the air.
You talked last week. Wasatch came out of the break against Park City, went on a little 10-0 run, and was able to get momentum back on their side there quickly in the second half. Doing that here in the second half of play at Skyview. 7 points on the board for the Wasps. Only 2 minutes and 53 seconds off the board here in the second half so far, making it 9:07 left here in the third quarter. Wasatch down 28-21, kicking back to Skyview after the break.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today. And get your Carhartt wear, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasp Football Stadium at 737 South Main Street, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years.
Hi, this is Nicole with Mountain Refined Furnishings and Flooring. And if you didn't know, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
5, 4, 3, 2.
KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Mac's first touchdown of the game brought to you by Robars. At Robars, they've built their business on exceptional care, collision repair, and proudly boast one of the highest customer satisfaction ratings in the industry. Good adjustment, Ty. Wasatch comes out passing the ball. 3 straight completions. Mason, Cash, and JoJo, 3 different receivers, and Wasatch cuts this lead down to 7.
Skyview has been able to respond each time Wasatch has punched at them. See what the defense is able to draw up here. Their second time out onto the field this half. Coming up, showing some press coverage here on the right side from Hill.
Yeah, they've gone this wingback formation, Ty. They're going to motion him over here to the left. This formation's given Wasatch a little bit of fits, and they're just kind of running away from Brisk when they do this.
Hand off to Egbert. He's running over the right side. Good pursuit from the defensive line, Tyler, and Bud is going to make the tackle. Short gain, 3 yards out to the 23-yard line.
So that's the first time that they've moved the wing back over to the left, and then they went counter back the opposite way. Counter meaning they're bringing the left guard and the left tackle both to the right-hand side. Wasatch has shut down the counter in the game today.
Thatcher surveying the defense. Now he's going to slow things down. Steps up, looks over to the sideline.
Brock Watkins getting his first minutes here at safety, giving JoJo a breather. Only a sophomore. A lot of sophomores on the field right now for the Wasps.
There's your snap. Thatcher, deep drop. Pressure coming from Bud. Hit as he throws. Complete across the middle. Big gain to the 35, the 40 before Wheeler is able to bring him down. Good pressure from Wasatch and Bud, but great presence from Thatcher to hang in there and throw a dart to Rigby.
Yeah, he's having himself a game, Ty. He's showing a lot of arm strength. I mean, he's fading away from that throw, throwing across the middle. That's one as a D corner. You're hoping that somebody's headhunting there in the middle. But another great play, and Skyview moves to change. Every time Wasatch has got momentum, Skyview's been able to answer. Going to go back to the double tight end sets. You're going to have a tight end on the left with a wing back on the left. They'd like to go power with this formation.
Handing off again, running up the middle this time, Tyler. They'd like to stretch to the left and the right. Haven't done as much up the middle tonight, but Egbert's able to fall forward for 3 on that one. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Yeah, same power play. So I think what they've noticed is Brisk is playing to this tight end side, and so they'll bring the wing back over to the right. And Wasatch has really 2 linebackers in there, and then they're bringing a safety up in the box. And they like running at the safety more than they like running at Brisk, and that's why they've had a little bit of success with that power play. Same formation, but now this time over to the right side.
Motion from Rigby, play action. Now Thatcher looking, scrambling, throwing it out of bounds over the head of Rigby. Wasatch had all of those receivers covered up well down the field.
Again, Ty, just the poise of Thatcher, and maybe I'm just tooting his horn a little bit more than I should, but again on that one, doesn't try to do anything dumb, just kind of stays in the pocket, doesn't like what he sees, throws it out of bounds, and just live to see another day. But another good opportunity here for Wasatch to get off the field. 3rd and 7. Skyview's been aggressive around this zone, so this might be 4-down territory regardless of the result here for Skyview. Wasatch going back to the 2-eye safety look. Move Cole Kelson out into the flats to the trip side.
There's your snap. Thatcher deep drop straight back, looking to throw it down the right side into coverage and over the head of his receiver Williams in the area.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit, I think, of a miscommunication on the receiver side. Skyview had two guys over there. He was definitely looking to Williams, but I think the outside receiver may have gone the wrong route because he ran up the field while Williams is trying to run to the outside. But regardless, it brings up fourth down and the second punt of the half for Skyview.
Defense has been great here, Tyler, to start the second half. Good adjustments. Stan Nakana, the defensive coordinator this year, Tyler, after the changes in the coaching staff. Punt is going to be short, end over end, hits around the 25 and takes another favorable Skyview bounce inside the 20. But Wasatch will get the ball back with a chance to move down the field and tie this thing up. 28-21 is the score. Wasatch down by 7, but with the ball.
Napa know-how.
Your local Napa Auto Parts, Wasatch Auto Parts at 105 North Main Street in Heber City. Stocks auto parts, tools and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Stop in today at Wasatch Auto Parts, 105 North Main Street in Heber City, a proud sponsor of Wasatch Wasp Sports.
Napa know-how. Let's play some football. Football. Ready?
Now, back to the action for more Wasatch Wasp Sports with Tyler Moss and Tyler Baird on 94.5 The Peak.
That punt force brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, your rehabilitation specialist dedicated to your total recovery from all injuries. Let Dan Ivey and his team get you back to 100%. Do you know what's going on here, Tyler?
No, I don't. Wasatch is going to have to take a timeout, Tyler. It looked like the officials in Skyview were set, ready to go on the field, and they blew the whistle for the play clock, and Wasatch was still over huddling, Tyler. And I was looking at the officials to see if they were going to start a count. There's no digital play clock here, Tyler. They don't have that at this field. And I don't know if Wasatch was just caught off guard or they felt like they needed more time. But now they have to burn a timeout there, Tyler, simply because they weren't ready to go when the officials had set the ball. It was a quick timeout. Usually when we take breaks, we get through 2 commercials.
Yeah.
That one was only 1 commercial, so it's a quick change of possessions there.
And honestly, Ty, it might just be a simple breather. You got a lot of guys going both ways, especially up front. So that might be just, hey, let's give our guys a little bit of a breather. This is a big series, and I think Coach Knight and Coach Coburn know it. Wasatch goes out and scores here, ties this thing up. New ball game.
Wasatch bringing the starters back out onto the field here. Twins left, Twins right. Bucod in the backfield with Kelson. Coming off a 37-yard touchdown strike from Kelson to Heyer, and there they are again. Oh, Heyer dropped that one, Tyler. Play action to Bucod. Had Heyer on a slant, and I think Heyer just got caught looking up a little early. It's a good ball delivered right on the money, but dropped. I'm going to blame you. You jinxed him, Tyler. You talked about how sure hands he had over the course of the season when we interviewed him last week. There's the same play, a lot more pressure, but Heyer hangs on to that one, Tyler. Hit as that ball gets in there. Nice catch there from JoJo. Pickup of 9. 3rd and 1 coming up. Hand off to Bucod. He's got the first down, but cut down pretty quickly afterwards, Tyler. For a moment, it looked like he had a lane to run through. Skyview closed the gap quickly. But Carter got enough to move the chains. It's another Wasatch Physical Therapy first down. Trips out to the right. Hand off to Bucod again. This time hesitates. Now shuffles back to the left.
Man, that's a good move, Ty. And remember, Carter's he was a quarterback as a freshman, receiver as a sophomore and junior, now moving the running back, and he's making some very headsy moves here in the ballgame.
A lot of carries already, though, only halfway through the 3rd quarter for Bucod.
That's 26 rushes now for
Make
Carter.
It 27, Tyler, as this one's back to him. He looked gassed there, Tyler, when he tried to hit the outside. Visibly, he just lost a gear there as Skyview was closing in on him. He loses some yardage on that one.
He actually got a couple still.
Did he get some?
Moved up to the 38. Going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Gain 3 on the play. 3rd down and 1.
3rd and 1. Trips to the left, hard count, and Skyview jumps again. Tyler Wasatch got him 3 times tonight on that hard count.
So the judge on that side of Skyview pointed Skyview's way. I think JoJo may have jumped Tyler on that. And I think they're going to get JoJo for the false start. Nope, they're going to call offsides. How about that?
Wasatch catches the break on that one, Tyler. First down, move the chains again. Another Wasatch Physical Therapy first down. Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine is your rehabilitation specialist dedicated to your total recovery from all injuries. Let Dan Ivey and his team get you back to 100%. 1st and 10. There's your snap to Kelson. 3-step drop. Throwing down the left side. Intercept. No, dropped. Tyler, in and out of the hands of Williams, who's also playing both ways.
Yeah, I think a little miscommunication there. That's supposed to be what we call a Kurt route, where it's a post and then you sit on the curl, and almost looked like Mack thought he was going to continue on the post. Lucky break for the Wasps. It'll maintain the possession. 2nd and 10, 5:18 to go third quarter.
Was looking for Cash Coombs on that one. Play action to Bucad. Throwing for Heyer. Good defensive presence there, Tyler. Heyer might have got hit a little early, but it was a bang-bang play. Defender getting there right as the ball got there. Incomplete. 3rd and 10 now coming up.
That's a good play from the safety tie. Ball comes out a little bit late. Wasatch needs a conversion here.
Trips to the left, Twins out to the right. They brought Bucad over to the right side with Wright. Bucad, the inside receiver. On the left, you've got Heyer, Gomez, and Coombs. Kelson alone in the backfield by himself. The junior sets, calls for the snap. Looking left, settles, fires, looking for JoJo, and he goes up and gets it. No, it comes free right at the last minute. Almost a spectacular catch from Heyer, Tyler, but the defender did a good job to keep his hand in there and knock that one free as JoJo came down to the ground, forcing a 4th and 10 and the punt unit back onto the field for Wasatch.
Tough break. A lot of contact on that one. Coaching staff for Wasatch wanting some extracurricular contact on that, but not getting the call. And Wasatch is going to force the punt. First punt of the second half.
Back deep. The Bobcats, number 9, Ramsey.
Fish has been good. This is going to be his 4th punt of the game. He's been really good. He's got 1 punt already inside the 20. Returner is set up at the 15.
It's a good snap from Christensen. Brown's got it. Gets away a high end-over-end kick. Caught at the 16-yard line. Wasatch in pursuit. Christensen down there. Flag flies in here late. Tyler, extracurricular. Kelson on the sideline. Getting into, I can't see the number of the Skyridge player right now, Tyler. Officials jumping in there. Cash Howell, that player in there on that one. It's going to be a short return. About 6 or 7 yards for Skyview on the punt return there. Check the penalty over here with the officials. And who's going to get caught first on that battle, Tyler? Often they say the second man is the one that gets caught. See who this goes against.
I think they're going to say maybe offsetting penalties. That oftentimes is the case when you got extracurriculars happening. Ball's set at the 25 right now as it stands. And I think they're pointing Skyview way, so I think we're going to have a penalty towards Skyview. So holding on Skyview, so it's going to be a 10-yard penalty, I believe, from where the ball was caught. So probably half the distance to the goal, probably around the 11, 12-yard line for Skyview.
Holding is what they called, Tyler. Is that what they just announced?
Yeah, holding.
So they're going to let the fighting, the hits up near the head, go and just call the hold. That's a good break for Wasatch as it bumps the Bobcats back near the 10-yard line, inside the 10-yard line.
The 8.
Long field to go here. 92 yards until they find the end zone are the Bobcats. They're going to start here with Twins out to the left. One receiver right. Egbert directly behind Thatcher. Tight end in here as well. Blocking on the left side is their current formation. Thatcher slowly surveying the defense. Talking to his players. Now he's ready to go. Play action. Going to throw out over to the left side. Complete for Williams. And that's 9, possibly 10 yards for Williams. Will Wright on the tackle.
Yeah, I think they're going to give him the first down to the 19-yard line. Another good ball. So ball's on that right hash and long out route to the left. Another first down moves the change for Skyview. Gives them some breathing room. Under 5 to go here in the third quarter. Wasatch trails 28-21. Have had back-to-back stops on the defensive side.
Thatcher bluffs with a hard count. Now stands up, takes a few steps over the sideline, going to look for the call. Coaches signal in, nobody needing to adjust, so they like their formation here. There's your snap. Thatcher's looking left, throwing left, complete as Wasatch was giving a lot of space there. 7 yards and now diving forward. Bassett was in the soft coverage on the right. He makes the tackle, but again, it's near the sticks, about a yard shy.
Yeah, it's going to bring about 2nd and a long 2, short 2.
2nd down and 2 for the Bobcats.
Move the ball up to the 27.
Staying in that formation, trips right, one receiver left. Egbert on the hip of Thatcher. Options here for Skyview. They've been able to convert on short yardage with Egbert all game long. So did they take a chance here? No, they don't. They'll go right to Egbert, and he's across the 28 near the 29-yard line.
Yeah, he didn't get the first. They gave him a good spot on that tie. I didn't think that was a first down.
There's the signal. First down. Move the chains. You'd like to have challenge flag.
Yeah, I would.
You try throw that down there.
I thought he was about a yard short on that one from my angle up here in the stands. But it's going to move the chains again. Second first down of the drive, and it's going to keep that clock rolling down to 4:15 left to go here in the third quarter.
Skyview's shown the ability to salt away the clock. Tyler, they did that to end the first half, but they've also shown the ability to score quickly. They had a one-play 80-yard touchdown drive. Thatcher rolling out to the right, looking to throw. Back across the middle. He's got a man complete across near the sticks again, Tyler, right about 8 or 9 yards down the field. That's Zamel on the reception.
It's going to be about a yard short. Good little pass concept. They roll the quarterback out to the right, and then they take one of the outside guys and have him look like he's running a crossing route to the opposite side, and then he just finds space and sits. And a good job once again from the experienced Thatcher. Just rolls out to the right, doesn't like his flood routes, comes back down to the check down. Easy 9-yard gain.
Twins out to the left side this time for Skyview. Egbert shifting over from the right hip over to the left hip of Thatcher. Now back over to the right side. Hand off to Egbert, running left, and Austin McNaughton is going to take him down before.
Tackle for loss, moves him back to the 37. Great play from Austin McNaughton.
Number 76, Austin McNaughton.
Austin's going to come off looking a little bit tender here, Tyler, coming off the field. Going to have the trainer come take a look at him for a minute, and he's kind of waving people off, actually. Wasatch jumps off sides, Tyler, but no flag comes out there. Thought Cole had shifted over to the other side. The officials disagree. Third and short here from Skyview. Need 2 yards.
Given a lot of space over on that right side. Thatcher's looking that way.
There's your snap, looking to throw. He does throw, and right to where you talked about, Tyler, giving up the space. Quick little 5-yard stop route, and Thatcher puts it on the money and easily moves the chains. Put him out at the 42-yard line for the Bobcats. 2:22 left here in the third quarter. Skyview is leading 28-21 over the Wasps. Skyview came into this game 1-0. Week 1 victory, 44-20 over Salem Hills. Wasatch fell in their first week game against Park City. Thatcher dropping back to throw again on first down. Climbing up in the pocket now. Running right with space across midfield and diving forward near the 45-yard line of Wasatch. That'll be enough for another first down. 13 yards on the carry. He's shown a little bit of everything, Tyler. He's thrown the ball down the field. He's thrown the ball on out routes. He's thrown the ball across the hash. He's ran it when he's needed to. He's been very impressive. Twins out to the left side this time for Skyview. Twins on the right as well. The right side, the short side of the field here. Thatcher wants to slow this one down. Coaches signaling in the play. That'll bring your inside receiver on the right side in, closer to the offensive line. Now Thatcher gets set, calls for the snap, looking left, throwing deep down the field. He's got a man wide open, caught, and trotting into the end zone untouched is Liam Guthrie. Touchdown, Skyview. Had a breakdown defensively there, and Skyview capitalizes, moving the score 34-21 with 1:13 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, so you have a two-man combination over here. Outside guy goes on a fade, inside guy goes with an out. Both the safety and the DB come up on the out route, and that leaves the fade wide open over the top. Another good read from Thatcher. Miscommunication in the secondary. One of the two just didn't get the right call there. And just like that, Skyview goes back up 2 scores.
Extra point is up and through. Make it 35-21. Wasatch trails Skyview.
Gucci Goo Barbecue in Heber Valley is a premier barbecue restaurant. You can choose from finger-licking ribs, poppin' andouille sausage, tasty chicken, tender brisket, delicious pork, and yummy street tacos. Friday night dates, take that significant other for the smoked prime rib that melts in your mouth. Family-friendly atmosphere where everyone is welcome, quick service for dine-in or takeout, great quality food, and great value for your money. That's Gucci Goo in Midway on Main Street.
Attention painters and homeowners. Premium Kelly Moore paint is now available at your neighborhood Wasatch Back Paint and Floor. That's right, Wasatch Back Paint and Floor is the official authorized Kelly Moore Paints outlet. You can now get premium Kelly Moore paints at your Heber Wasatch Back Paint and Floor. You'll love their high quality, long-lasting finishes for any home paint project. So if you're painting a single room, refreshing your front door, or doing a full repaint of your home, Wasatch Back Paint and Floor is the place to go for fine Kelly Moore paints. Stop by today.
5, 4, 3, 2.
KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Higher on the return, running towards the middle of the field. He's across the 20, across the 30, and near the 35-yard line. Nice return from JoJo is going to give Wasatch favorable field position.
That last break brought to you by Physical at the Pit Stop. Do you sometimes feel dizzy or unstable? If so, Physical at the Pit Stop has good news. Falls are preventable. Call Physical at the Pit Stop at 435-654-5607 for a free assessment.
Trips are going to be to the right side for Wasatch this time. Hand off to Bukad. Running left, back right, back left. Falling forward near the 40.
You know, running as a running back with the zone run game, it usually takes a year or two before you really start to see the flow of the linemen, how to make the right cuts. Bukad looks like he's been running this for years.
Back to Bukad, running left. Hit at the line of scrimmage, breaks that arm tackle. Flag comes flying in, Tyler. About 30-yard throw from the official as Bukad goes down near the 45-yard line, and we have a man down for Wasatch right where the flag was being thrown.
And it's going to be Heath Budd, and that's a big loss, Ty. He's a starter on both sides of the ball, limping as he's coming off the field. And we're going to have a face mask on Skyview. And I think that's going to – they didn't signal personal foul, but they are going to signal a first down. That was a heck of a toss. Usually we get a few of those a year, Ty. We should start, like, making highlights because that's a heck of a throw. And did you see where he landed that thing?
He landed it was
on
within,
the line of scrimmage.
5 yards. That's a next-level throw.
That's a
if
next
the
level
scouts
throw.
are there watching him.
Yeah, that's right. And you're looking for good ones. That's a heck of a throw right there.
Put him in whatever the conference is going to become over here, Mountain, Pac West. What are they going to do with that thing, Tyler? Wasatch is now on the Skyview side of the field at the 40-yard line of Skyview. Trips out to the right.
Skyview's gone three-man front, Ty, with a 2-touchdown lead. They're still giving Wasatch the run game in the box.
Handoff to Bukad. Looking left, now shifts back to the right. Picks up a block from Kelson. Runs over Williams inside the 30, down to the 29. Bukad lowering the boom. And how about the quarterback, Matt Kelson, coming up to provide the block to spark him free.
28 carries now for Bukad in the ballgame.
1st and 10. Back to Bukad, running right. Having to get around a guy. He does get around a guy. Diving forward inside the 25, down near the 20. Give him the 21-yard line. 8 seconds remaining in the quarter. And we've got a whistle timeout from Skyview.
That's an interesting timeout
in the quarter.
Only 8 seconds left in the quarter. That gives Wasatch one more play, and Wasatch needs it, right? When you're down 2 scores, you'll take all the plays you need.
It shows the respect from Skyview, thinking Wasatch could get a play off within 8 seconds there,
true.
Tyler. And Wasatch very well could have if the officials would have spotted the ball quickly. Wasatch is good at doing that, but you're dependent on the officials too. I'm just not so sure they would have got that play off.
I don't think so either.
And so Skyview would have got a break anyway. So Wasatch getting a fortunate break there that the Bobcats called the timeout when they did.
Pause in the action brought to you by Mirror Lake Station. Best donuts in town. Can I repeat that? Best donuts. It's not like anybody's hungry up here sitting on the headset, but they do have their best donuts.
Man, I could go for one of those medium pizza-sized fritters over there, Tyler.
We do our Crossing the T show at 8 in the morning. We need to do it from Mirror Lake Station, Ty. We need to head up there and do a little Crossing the T's action. Mirror Lake Station.
It'll be too late by 8 in the morning.
That might be true.
Will be gone.
Hey, I've got a connection there. I can give a little call. They can just pull out a couple of medium-sized fritters, medium-sized pizza fritters, and do our little Crossing the T's action up there.
Ty, it's been about 12 hours since I've eaten. Don't play with me over here right now. That sounds amazing. Here we go. Probably the last play of the quarter. 8 seconds left. 2nd and 2. Play action. Bukad picks up the blitz nicely. Throw is caught by Heyer. He's at the 10. Makes a move to the 5. Diving for the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown, Wasatch and JoJo Heyer. A 21-yard strike to end the third quarter. How about that from the Was? Second time, Kelson finds Heyer, and that time Heyer had to do some work after the catch. but he's able to weave his way through the defense and find his way into the end zone.
Good maturity that time from Matt Kelson, Ty. He noticed that they were bringing 6 guys. You only have 5 guys to block the run, so he's got the option to either give that to Bacad or pull it and throw. He sees 6 guys in the box. He pulls it. JoJo does a great job of replacing where the linebackers are coming in. Ball's right on the money, and then JoJo's next level, Ty. You got to bring him down with 2 guys. He makes the big play.
Southam's on to attempt the extra point. Bassett there to hold. Snap from Christensen is good. Good hold from Bassett. And the kick is up and through from Southam. 0.2 seconds left in the third quarter. Wasatch trailing 28-35. Another great scoring drive there from Wasatch. And JoJo Heyer with his second touchdown catch. We're going to keep it here, Tyler, as the quarter is about to come to a close. Recap for our listeners that maybe haven't been with us the whole time. It's really been an interesting game of offensive back and forth. Skyview got the scoring first, but missed the extra point. They were up 6-0. Carter Bacad scored the first touchdown for Wasatch, a 3-yard run. And then Skyview came right back and was able to put a touchdown on the board and got the 2-point conversion and went in front 14-7. Wasatch was able to tie it up on another Carter Bacad rushing touchdown, this time from about 9 yards out, making the score 14-14. Skyview then went on a little bit of a run, scoring back-to-back touchdowns without Wasatch responding. And then Wasatch came out in the second half and was able to get the first strike on a score, a 37-yard touchdown pass from Kelson to Heyer. That made the score 21-28 in favor of Skyview. Skyview went back on down the field and just scored moments ago to move the score 35-21. And then Wasatch comes back and gets another touchdown pass from Kelson to Heyer, a 21-yard strike. This ball is going to be returnable right at the goal line across the 20, but cut down at the 23-yard line are the Bobcats. And that is how the third quarter will come to a close. Wasatch down by 7 to start the fourth, 35-28. Wasatch High School football, 94.5 The Peak.
Are you ready for lunch? Well, the Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best foods with friends and family in the Valley and have been the winner of Best of State for 19 years. They've recently been named the official Best of Utah for their milkshakes. You've got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot, or you can try a turkey breast sandwich that tickles the taste buds. They've proudly been serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. That's the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
You might be used to having someone ask you the question, what is it that you need? I think that's limiting. I'm going to take you through a 6-step process. And it's simply answering questions. And it might not just be home. It might be that you want that fancy new car. It might be that you want trips. It's your list. What is it that you really, really want?
Call Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage in Heber City.
Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Guild Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice.
It's game time. Let's do it. Ready?
Wasatch High School Sports on the radio with Ty and Ty on 94.5 The Peak.
Start of the quarter brought to you by the Gordon Law Group, your full-service local law firm practicing in all areas of the law. They take pride in saying, yeah, we do that. Mac to JoJo, 2 times there in the third quarter, puts Wasatch down by a score as we go into the fourth.
Wow, what a throw to start the fourth quarter there, Tyler. Thatcher throwing that one all the way across the field, far side hash, about 20 yards down the field, and he completes it to Williams. That's a good, strong throw. What an arm.
Wasatch needing a stop, still down by a score. They've come out and competed, Ty, and if you're a young team, you continue to try to find positives. Little toss play. First time we've seen this game.
Egbert goes right over the Wasatch defender, but does get tripped up. Cut down just shy of midfield. And just like that, Skyview's on the move, Tyler. Had the ball back near their 20 to start. 2 plays later, flirting with midfield. They've got it placed at the 46-yard line. Going to send trips out here to the right side on 2nd and short. Egbert on the left hip. False start from the receivers of Skyview. 2 guys went a little bit early there.
So that's when you're a coordinator and you ask your receivers, what were you going to run? Because there's no play call. And so you're wondering, what were you going to run there?
They looked like they knew what they were running, Tyler. They had something in mind.
That's when you question your hand signals on the sideline that maybe your freeze call is a little too close to another call, and you need to make that adjustment.
Maybe they're just calling their own plays out here, Tyler. He's like, I'm going long. You cut in. Just mix it up a little bit. A little backyard ball. There's your snap here. 2nd and 7. Throw out and complete to Williams. Going to have to break some tackles. He does break the first tackle. Wright coming up trying to make the tackle, not able to finish it. And Williams is able to move forward near the first down marker before he's pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, big hit from Kelson on the sideline. Tough break there. Will would have had the stop for about a 1-yard gain. Instead, it's another first down.
10:27 left in the ball game. Wasatch is down 28-35 to Skyview.
So this is interesting. The chains moved, but it's still saying third down on the thing. It's still third down.
They're trying to move the chains back here, Tyler. So we called first down a little too early, but we weren't the only ones confused as we saw the chains moving. Seemed to be a logical call.
This might be another timeout situation here for Skyview.
Well, they've gone Wildcat a couple times to Egbert. This time looks like they're going to hurry. High snap, Tyler, but it's handled. Hand off to Egbert. He's got the first easy and more across to the Wasatch 40 before he's driven out of bounds.
First tackle of the season there for the sophomore Brock Watkins. But it is into Wasatch territory for a big gain of 16 down to the 38.
That snap was high and hot to Thatcher. Good job handling that thing and getting the ball down into Egbert's position to be able to run it. 1st and 10 inside the Wasatch 40.
Heath Budd is back into the game. Actually just came off the field, but he was in on that, so good sign. He's able to shake off the ankle injury.
Only 1 second came off the play clock on that play.
It's good for Wasatch.
Yeah. 10:26 left in the ball game. Thatcher throwing out to the left, complete to Williams. Williams breaks 2 tackles, makes a third man miss before he's cut down. Fancy little movement to pick up 8 yards. Kelson coming in to make the tackle there. Seeing some good moves in the open field from both sides of the ball.
Yeah, it's been a fun game offensively. Ty, some points are on the board for both teams. So hopefully Wasatch can get that one stop that you need. Under 10 minutes to go in the ball game. Wasatch still down by a score.
2nd and short for the Skyview Bobcats. Trips out to the right side. 3 receivers here on the right, 1 to the left. There's your snap. Play action. Thatcher thinks about throwing right. Now he tucks it and runs to the left. He's across the 30 and has the first down near the 26-yard line is where he's settled.
And tough break there. Wasatch, they wanted to go quick screen out here to the right. Good play from Wasatch. Thatcher pulled it down quick and was able to find just enough to get 2 yards to move the chains. Austin McNaughton with another catch from the defensive line.
1st and 10 from the 27-yard line.
Clock continues to roll here. Approaching the 9-minute mark left in the ball game. Skyview's kicking game has not done anything to lead you to believe they'd want to attempt a field goal. And so they may be looking at 4-down territory in this position. Pitch to Egbert. He's into the open field across the 20-10. They don't need to worry about field goal. They're into the end zone for a touchdown. And Egbert making it look easy, Tyler. 27 yards into the end zone, pushing the lead back up to 2 scores, 41-28. With the extra point pending.
Yeah, there's been some good adjustments from both teams. Skyview, we didn't see it on the film last week, nor did we see it in the first half. Just a little quick toss play to the weak side. Wasatch was overloaded to the trip side. They pull one lineman out there. They're able to get the edge, and then it's just easy free running for a 27-yard touchdown run there from Egbert.
Holding number 5, Max Castillo.
Bit of a low snap, but it is handled, and the kick is up and through. So the extra point is good. 42-28, 9:05 left in the ballgame. Wasatch down 2 scores, getting the ball back after this.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today. And get your Carhartt wear, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasp Football Stadium at 737 South Main Street, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years.
Let's play some football. Football. Ready?
Now, back to the action for more Wasatch Wasp Sports with Tyler Moss and Tyler Baird on 94.5 The Peak.
Quick scoreboard update from around the state brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. Personalized service, sales, and repair for the gear you love. Gravity Coalition in Midway, Utah, or gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop. At halftime, the number 2 team in the nation, Bishop Gorman, is trailing Corner Canyon High School from Utah. That's a 28-21 score. I want to give a shout-out to Chad Erickson, another listener, letting us know. Utah representing well on the national scene.
This kick's going to be deep into the end zone for another touchback. Ty Chad probably deserves a little bit more shout-out than that, too. He's been running the baseball film stream for Wasatch over the last couple years. And I'm sure he's got his time consumed with football. Crew down at SUU, his boy. Standout receiver for Wasatch last year.
Yeah, competing for that 3rd, 4th wide receiver spot. Caught a touchdown pass in their scrimmage a couple of weeks ago.
But wasn't Crew fun to watch out on the field? But maybe even more fun to put a microphone on and interview and talk to him. He was a lot of fun to have around. Wasatch looking for a response. They're going to start with Bucad running left. Bucad's got 5, 6, 7. Stood up there at about the 27-yard line.
It's the 30th rush of the game for Bucad. A quick Gordon Law Group stack check. 30 rushes, Ty. Make it 200 yards for the senior running back.
200
yards.
It's just been slow and steady, too, Ty. He hasn't had a big one that he's broken to get to that 200 mark. Play action. Kelson wants to go down the field, throws a little high, and it goes off the face of Williams. Not ready for it, Tyler. Ball kind of snuck by. Is that Solomon that was intended for?
Yeah, Hutch had a little hitch pattern. It went over his head. He also had a hitch on the outside. Kind of threw it in between both of them.
3rd and short. 8:33 left here. Wasatch would like to convert here and not have to make a decision on 4th down deep in their own territory. Play action to Bucad. Slant, and Hutch is open. He's got it at the 50. One man to get by. Now Vickers closing. He gets him from behind. Cuts him down inside the 35 at about the 33-yard line. Hutch Solomon having a great game here for Wasatch at the receiver position. Wasatch quickly now into Skyview territory.
Yeah, that's a big play. 43 yards. That's the longest play from scrimmage this year for Wasatch.
Quickly on the ball, handoff to Bucad, running to the right side. He's through the middle to the second line, dragging guys down inside the 15. It's going to be another 1st down for Wasatch. Bucad moving the chains again. Wasatch quickly on the move. Back ready to go. Trips to the right. Bucad standing right behind Kelson. There's your snap. Back to him. Looks right. Now goes back to the left. Tied up quickly there for a short gain. Under 8 minutes to go. Wasatch inside the 10-yard line now. And a little ahead of myself. Right at the 10-yard line. Kelson looking to throw left. Looking for Higher. Flag comes in as Higher was being bodied by Williams as the ball was getting there. Nearly made a one-handed grab as that thing hit the back shoulder, but I think Skyview's going to be hit with a pass interference.
Yeah, should bring the ball half the distance to the goal. So I think it's going to be a repeat down. There's no automatic 1st downs this year, Ty, and so it's going to bring the ball to about the 5-yard line, and it's going to be 2nd and about 2, I believe.
Ty, forgive me. We're kind of far side of the field trying to make that call. I called Williams on that. I think now that I'm looking, I actually think that's Chase Haar who was in coverage.
Chase Haar, that's the Wasatch roster.
I'm sorry. Yeah, looking over here, Easton Ballard is the one I'm going for. Thank you. And even then, I'm not totally confident that that's an 8 down there in the corner, Ty. Either way, Wasatch is going to get a benefit from that penalty. 2nd and short. Down 2 scores. 7:40 is on the clock. There's your snap to Kelson. Low, Tyler. Bucad picks it up and runs with it. I'm not sure if that bounced right to him or if he scooped it off the ground. That's going to be a loss and bring up 3rd and short.
Yeah, it's going to bring it all the way back to the 8. And you're right, Ty. Bucad showing some shortstop skills. Picked up the little short hop.
Well, he can play shortstop, Ty. I think he's got the ability to play baseball at the next level. Bucad on the carry. Into the end zone. Carter Bucad right up the middle. 3rd score of the game. 7:14 left on the clock. and Wasatch makes this a one-possession game.
Want to give a shout-out to a couple of things, Ty. Go back to that 3rd and 2, and your workhorse has been Carter Bucad. And how about the confidence of Matt Kelson to pull back against the 7-man pressure? Skyview sends 7 guys, and Matt says, sophomore Hutch Solomon, you need to make a play for us. Makes a big play, 43-yard gain. And then on 3rd and 5, Coach Knight says, hey, offensive line, this is your job. Hands it off to Carter Bucad, and they punch it into the end zone for the score and keep this game close with 7:14 left to go.
Southam boots the extra point up and through. 7:14 left, 7-point game, 42-35. Skyview leads over Wasatch.
Hi, this is Nicole with Mountain Refined Furnishings and Flooring. And if you didn't know, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
Napa know-how.
Your local Napa Auto Parts, Wasatch Auto Parts at 105 North Main Street in Heber City. Stocks auto parts, tools and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Stop in today at Wasatch Auto Parts, 105 North Main Street in Heber City, a proud sponsor of Wasatch Wasp Sports.
Napa know-how.
This is football. Wasatch High School Sports on the radio with Ty and Ty on 94.5 The Peak.
Middle dribble attempt from Wasatch on the onside kick, and Skyview is ready for it. Coming up and recovering it before it goes the 10 yards are the Bobcats. So Wasatch gambles. It does not pay off. Skyview gets the ball back, but I know Coach Coburn has said, Tyler, he doesn't mind taking chances like that to try to shorten the clock opportunity for Skyview. Either you get the ball back, or if they score, at least they don't take 6 or 7 minutes off the clock like we've seen them do a couple times in the game so far. So you understand the thought process there from Coach Coburn in that moment to take a chance. Now it's left up to the defense, though. Need to come up with a stop or a turnover.
2 wide receivers both ways for Skyview.
Looks a little bit like Salem, doesn't it, Ty? Thatcher going to throw on first down. Down the middle. Williams open one-on-one. Complete inside the 20 and down to the 15. You know, you wonder why not run it when you're up 7. You've got the ball near midfield, Tyler. But when you see a one-on-one coverage with Williams on the outside, I think they're going to take that every chance they get over the course of the season, not just tonight. Williams has been really good at that wide receiver position, and Thatcher has been excellent at the QB position. Again, puts it right on the money, and a big play puts Skyview into the red zone already.
That was Jed Kelly on the tackle. JoJo Heyer comes back into the game at safety.
Skyview now going to slow it down. Tyler let that clock wind a little bit. Got on the ball. Looked like they were going to snap it. Now they stand up, take their time, get the play call in. Ready to go. Twins left, twins right. It's going to be a handoff to Egbert, running left, sliding through and falling forward for 5 yards.
Another nice play from Garrett Christensen, Tyler, from the left side, and he's down. He might have gotten stepped on in what? Not very good spot. Is that
let's see how you talk about this, Tyler.
That's just the bottom line.
The family jewels, right? Is
stepped on where you don't want to get stepped on.
They're going to take a moment for an injury here, Tyler. Garrett's going to trot off. It's been one of those games where a couple of your key guys have gone down, Tyler, and you hold your breath hoping it's nothing too serious. Heath Budd, another one that we saw go down earlier, and good to see him back out onto the field right now.
Right now, your defensive line, Robbie Whalen, Austin McNaughton, Heath Budd, and Crew Baxter, the sophomore. DBs right now, Colton Bassett and Miguel Armendariz, Will Wright, JoJo Heyer at safety, and then Abe Wheeler, Cole Kelson, and Colton Brisk, your linebackers.
Handoff to Egbert, running up the middle and into the end zone, Tyler. Good hole there created by the offensive line of Skyview, and Egbert was able to navigate his way on through and score another easy touchdown. But I guess if you're looking for the positives, Tyler, it was just a little bit over a minute on that touchdown drive. 1 minute and 22 seconds come off the clock. Wasatch back down 2 scores, though.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, Wasatch just unfortunately had a hard time stopping the Skyview offense. Skyview's called a great game, makes it up with the run and the pass, and Wasatch is going to need to keep scoring and then try to get a turnover or, an onside kick.
The kick is up and through. 49-35 the score. 5:52 left in the ball game. Wasatch receiving after the break.
Gucci Goo Barbecue in Heber Valley is a premier barbecue restaurant. You can choose from finger-licking ribs, poppin' andouille sausage, tasty chicken, tender brisket, delicious pork, and yummy street tacos. Friday night dates, take that significant other for the smoked prime rib that melts in your mouth. Family-friendly atmosphere where everyone is welcome, quick service for dine-in or takeout, great quality food, and great value for your money. That's Gucci Goo in Midway on Main Street.
It's game time! Let's do it! Ready?
Wasatch High School Sports on the radio with Ty and Ty on 94.5 The Beat.
Gravity Coalition offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. Personalized service, sales, and repair for the gear you love. Visit them in Midway, Utah, or at gravitycoalition.com.
Right and higher, back to receive, standing at the 5-yard line. Kick going towards right, has it at the 1. Chance to return this one, coming back over the left, now cuts back to the middle, across the 25, and cut down at the 27-yard line, where the Wasps will start this possession. Running out of time, down 2 scores, 5:46 left. Wasatch is going to need to move quickly and likely take advantage of an onside kick. Tyler, remember they had to burn a timeout earlier in the half on a change of possession where they were not able to get out on the field quick enough. Trips out to the right side, your short side of the field. Higher is split as the lone receiver to the left. Bukad has got 226 yards rushing with 3 touchdowns tonight, standing behind Kelson. Back to Bukad they go. Bukad running right, picking up 5 yards. Wasatch staying with the formula that's been successful so far. Skyview probably willing to let them get 5 yards running at this point to use that clock. There's your snap on 2nd and 5. Kelson looking to throw, sets, checks down, throws, tiptoeing the sideline, but incomplete. Gomez trying to do his best to stay in bounds, couldn't haul it in.
Ooh, I thought he had it, Ty. Pretty good route, just I guess out of the outstretched hands.
5:21 now on the clock. 3rd and 5.
Just going to empty formation now. Going to move Carter out here to the outside, while inside slot receiver on the left.
Kelson surveys the defense, calls for the snap. Looking left, throwing high for JoJo into double coverage. Bukad was trying to kind of hit a wheel route down the left sideline, Tyler, and the help had broken off to cover higher. Yeah, incomplete. 4th and 5 coming up.
Tough break. Robbie Whalen does a great job, Ty, of picking up the blitz. They brought the right side linebacker through the B gap late, and Whalen showing a lot of maturity there. Noticed the blitz, was able to come off the guy that he was double teaming, picks up the blitz. Pretty good time, just a little bit better coverage. Wasatch forced to go for it here with 5:16 left to go.
Empty backfield again for Kelson. There's your snap. He's looking right, now back left. He's got room, climbs up in the pocket. Going to try to run for it. He's crossed the 35 to the 40 and going to be tackled at the 41-yard line, but that is enough. Needed about the 38, and he got across the 40. So move the chains. Gutsy scramble there from junior quarterback Matt Kelson.
Yeah, that's a great job from Matt. Does a good job of stepping up into the pocket, notices the lane. Wasatch stays in empty formation here.
Kelson looking left, throwing now across the middle. He's got Gomez. Gomez catches and settles down at the 46-yard line where he's tackled.
3rd catch of the game for Mason.
Mason Gomez.
Trips out here to the left side, still empty. Twins to the right. There's your snap. Not sure Wasatch was set, but the officials let him get away with it. Going deep down the field for Higher. He's got him. Higher has it in and out of the hands. Couldn't quite haul it in inside the 10. Pretty good ball, but it bounced hard off the hands of JoJo. And I think that might be fatigue as much as anything on that, Tyler. JoJo A couple plays running down the field, just looked a little bit gassed as that ball was coming to him. Didn't have the soft touch to bring that one in.
Will Wright will come into the game. JoJo will get a breather. Man, tough break there. That would have been tutty. 4:33 left to go. Wasatch trying to keep into it.
Bukad's going to shift back to the backfield. Kelson's actually going to vacate and be the receiver out to the left. Carter was a quarterback a couple years ago, Tyler, so let's see what happens. Just straight Wildcat here. Carter running up the middle, breaks across midfield, breaks a tackle, shifts through another tackler, and now cut down across the 35-yard line. Carter Bukad seeing a little bit of daylight. How about that look, Tyler? Splitting the quarterback out into the slot position. Just letting Carter take it right up the middle.
4 wide receivers now over here to the left-hand side for Wasatch.
There's your snap to Kelson. Kelson's looking that direction. Settles, has great time. He's got a man open, overthrows and intercepted. Was looking for right, and it went over his head. Williams hauls it in. So a promising drive comes to a close on the turnover with 4:06 remaining.
Yeah, I just had Will open, so they cross the outside guy, bring him in, move the second guy, and move him out. Just a little bit of a scissors route there, and the defense was confused. Just a little bit of an overthrow, and it goes right into the hands of the Skyview defense. So with 4:06 left to go, it's going to take now a high order. We'll see if Skyview continues to put the ball in Thatcher's hands and throw the ball. Got to assume that they're going to go now to the run game and try to salt this clock away.
4:06 remaining. Skyview deep in their own territory, inside the 10-yard line. Wasatch needing to create something. Good time to bring a little pressure here. Skyview motioning that tight end left to right. Hand off to Egbert. Egbert running right up the middle, where he's crunched as he comes across the 10-yard line. Second down coming up.
It's going to be about a 4-yard gain, bring up 2nd and 6. Clock running. You mentioned Wasatch with 2 timeouts remaining. See when Coach Coburn decides to use those. You're down 2 scores, 3:40 to go. That really could have been the dagger. But if you get a quick 3 and out here, get the ball back, Wasatch can score quickly. Skyview's going to try to use all of their clock here of that 40-minute play clock.
Yeah, and why wouldn't you, Tyler? Wasatch has moved the ball pretty well in the second half. Don't want them to have any more opportunities if you can help it. Thatcher looking at 2nd and long. Going to hand off to Egbert, running right. Now cutting back to the middle. And he stood up there by Bud and Waylon. Brought down. 3rd and short coming up.
Put him at what, the 15, 16-yard line?
Yeah, I don't want to venture to guess from this angle here,
16,
Tyler.
so about 3rd and 2 is what we're looking at.
Skyview with a conversion here really puts the heat on Wasatch. Thatcher slowing it down, looking over to his coaches, signaling in from the sideline. He's got what he wants. Now settling back in, trips are wide over to the left side of the field. Egbert on the right hip. And they're going to toss to Egbert. Egbert breaks through the first tackler and across for the first down before he goes out of bounds. With 2:31 left, that'll move the chains.
Yeah, went quick option to that side to the boundary, so Garrett Christensen almost made the play. He's the only guy out there, so he had to take the quarterback, almost tackled the pitchman as well. Nice little play call. Moves the chains. And that should about do it.
It's looking dire at this point here, Tyler. Wasatch with 2 timeouts. And so best case scenario, if you turn over on downs, is you're going to be looking about a minute and a half left on a best case scenario of getting the ball back. And you're down 2 scores. Egbert running right again, spinning back to the middle to make sure he stays in bounds. Cut down after a short gain.
Again, I'm going to get nerdy on this, Ty. So that's another pull play. And the maturity of Christensen. So Christensen sees the running back coming towards him, but he notices that he didn't get blocked. And so instead of just going for the running back, he takes on the pulling blocker that's right there. By him taking on the pulling blocker, it allows Abe Wheeler to come around and actually make the play. It's a very unselfish play. If he goes for the running back, he's going to get kicked out by that pulling guard. Instead, again, the maturity, he notices he doesn't get blocked. He takes on the pulling blocker, allows his teammate to come up and make the play. Really mature play there from Christensen. And a good job from Wheeler, knowing that that's coming and coming up and filling on the outside.
2nd and long, hand off to Egbert. He goes through the middle for a first and more. He's across midfield to the 40. breaks free to the 30, and he's going to put some extra pain on the scoreboard as he takes it all the way to the house for a touchdown. Big run. And Skyview puts the final nail in the coffin there. 55-35 the score, with the extra point still to come. Tie back to that Garrett Christensen conversation. He doesn't play a position that gets a lot of attention, but he's as good as you'll see in the state of Utah here at the defensive line position. He's very, very smart. He understands the game. He's been a starter here since a sophomore. It's just been a lot of fun to watch over the years. Extra point is up and through, and that is point 100 on the season for Skyview. In 2 short games, already 100 points on the board, so averaging 50 points a game as a team in this young season. You can see why the offense can do it all for Skyview. They can run it, they can throw it, and Wasatch has had a hard time containing them in this one.
1:35 left to go. Wasatch will fall to 0-2 on the year. And next week, Ty, a little bit of a journey. We did this, it's probably been 5-6 years ago now, Ty. We traveled out to Colorado Springs and played a game out there. Got to go tour the Air Force Academy and then played a game at Colorado. Next week on Saturday, we'll be traveling up to Rexburg, where Wasatch will be taking on Madison, Idaho.
You better say that one more time. Saturday game.
Saturday game.
Right?
It is a Saturday game. It'll be 7 o'clock
p.m.
on Saturday. It's kind of a showcase, if you will, where there's going to be multiple games that are going to be played on Friday and then multiple games that are going to be played on Saturday. And Wasatch is the nightcap game against Madison on Saturday night at 7 o'clock. And we'll be up there. The great folks at KTMP sending us up there, and we'll have all the coverage.
Right with a chance to return this one. Has about the 5. Coming straight up the middle. Cuts back to the right. He's got seam. Across the 30 to the 35. Can be brought down at the 36-yard line. 1:27 left in the ball game. Wasatch is down 3 scores. See how much they want to try to push this here, with the game looking like it has been decided at this point.
Yeah, we'll see. Brody Hume's going to come into the game. Kind of your utility guy, Ty. He can play multiple positions. He's going to come in at the Y spot. Wasatch is actually missing a guy at H. Need an H back out there.
Yeah, Mac sees it. He's looking for it. Colton Bassett is going to jump on, Ty. When you see the coaches winding up the cord before the game's over, you know it's probably about done, right? And that's what we've got in front of us right now.
Hutch Solomon's going to be in at running back, Ty.
Trips over to the left, confusion at running back. Mac looking around, and he's going to get crunched by 3 guys. You want to avoid an injury here, Ty. 1:15 left. Mac Kelson with a bright future. And you've got a little more insight on this than me, but I believe as a sophomore, the Elite 11 camp is where he ended up, right? Tyler competed in those prestigious camps down there and really has a bright future ahead of him at the quarterback position. Last year, Offensive Player of the Year in the region. Off to a pretty good start here this year, too. 2 good games. There's a handoff on 2nd down. Hutch running straight ahead, picking up 3. 3rd and long now. 40 seconds left in the ball game.
Another good push there from the offensive line, Ty. Hutch showing a little bit of speed. But the offensive line's been good today, Ty. They over again 200 yards rushing for Wasatch on the ground. Matt Kinsgup with 2 touchdown passes as well. Just a little bit too much offensive firepower for Skyview.
Back on the ground they go to Solomon. Solomon only falls forward for 1 this time. And that's how the game's going to come to a close. 10 seconds left on 4th down. Doesn't look like Wasatch is going to run another play. And Wasatch falls to 0-2 on the year as they lose to Skyview 56-35. Wasatch had some really nice things happen, but tip your cap to Skyview, who just played a better game offensively. We'll go ahead and break it all down on the Ace Hardware postgame show coming up here right after the break.
Attention painters and homeowners. Premium Kelly Moore paint is now available at your neighborhood Wasatch Back Paint and Floor. That's right, Wasatch Back Paint and Floor is the official authorized Kelly Moore Paints outlet. You can now get premium Kelly Moore paints at your Heber Wasatch Back Paint and Floor. You'll love their high quality, long-lasting finishes for any home paint project. So if you're painting a single room, refreshing your front door, or doing a full repaint of your home, Wasatch Back Paint and Floor is the place to go for fine Kelly Moore paints. Stop by today.
Well, folks, spring is near, but have no fear. Country Gardens and Nursery is here for your everyday garden supplies, decor, and more. From our personal gardener to our new bulk yard, where we offer large variety of soil, mulches, and decorative rock. Come see what we have in store. Country Gardens and Nursery, 1401 South, US 189. We'll see you soon and hope to put you in bloom.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today and get your car hardware, your cool outdoor clothing,